A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The cigarette that's first in the service presents the Abbott and Costello program. With the music of Freddie Rich and his orchestra, the songs of Connie Haynes and the Camel Five. Tonight's guest, Miss Claire Trevor, and starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Costello, you're late again as usual. What kept you this time?
Well, I got a phone call from my bank, and I had to run down there right away.
What was the matter?
The butter in my vault was melting.
Oh. Costello! What do you want the vault for?
Oh, in case I get some meat.
Haven't you had any?
Huh?
Haven't you had any meat?
No. The only way I can get meat is to stand over a gopher hole with a baseball bat.
Oh, stop complaining. Things could be a lot worse. Nobody's worrying about getting meat.
Oh, no? Yesterday I went to the market. The butcher put his arm on the counter, and before he knew it, 3 women bought it.
Well, if you're so worried about nourishment, why not take vitamins like I do? Now, vitamin A gives me sunshine. Vitamin B gives me energy. Vitamin C gives me calcium.
I take vitamin W.
What does that give you?
Wow!
Good evening, fellows. What's the discussion all about here, Bud?
Oh, hello, Ken.
Hello, Kenner.
Costello's worrying about the meat shortage.
Yeah.
You know how he is. His eyes are bigger than his stomach.
They are? Hello, fat eyes. Of course, I'm not worried about the meat shortage.
Why should you, with that mutton head?
You should talk, fat boy.
Who's fat? I got a military figure.
That's right. When you wear a belt, your stomach goes over the top.
Now, quiet, Skinny. Why don't you get a pair of snowshoes?
What does he need snowshoes for?
When he takes a bath, he won't slide down the drain.
That's no way to talk.
Oh, no? When he gets undressed, it's like unveiling a golf stick.
Now.
He's so skinny, he has to put a bell on his tonsils to prove he's breathing.
Just a minute, Costello. You're always making fun of my physique. You should see my chest expansion.
Yeah, go on, Ken. Show him. Take a deep breath.
All right.
And up, boy. No more, Ken. Deeper. That's it. Deeper. More air.
Gee, guess I breathed too deep.
Look, Niles, if that wife of yours only fed you some meat, you wouldn't fall apart that way.
Oh, yeah? Well, look, my wife doesn't have to. I'm a vegetarian. I'm crazy about vegetables.
You must be to be married to that old tomato.
I heard that remark, Costello.
Now, don't fret, darling. I'll tell him. Costello, I'll have you know my wife is a striking woman.
And you got the black and blue marks to prove it.
Now, Costello, you'll have to admit that Mrs. Niles has a winning smile.
Yeah, and a losing face.
Oh, is that so? How have you known my picture has been on many a cover?
Magazine or manhole?
Now, you behave yourself.
I ain't doing nothing.
Now, be nice.
How dare you talk that way? Why, men throw their hearts at my feet, flowers at my feet, gifts at my feet.
What have your feet got that you haven't got?
Now, wait a minute. This isn't getting the meat problem solved. You see, Mrs. Niles, before you came in, we were discussing the meat shortage.
Oh, that doesn't affect me. I get my meat by the pound.
Next time you pass the pound, get me some.
I do not eat dog meat.
You don't, huh? Here, Queenie. Come on, Queenie.
Please, now stop that.
Here, Queenie, come here.
You stop that right away, right?
Oh, Costello, please. Will you behave yourself? Leave Mrs. Niles alone.
Now, don't tell me what to do, Abbott. I'm going to get some meat if I have to go out and hunt it myself.
Come in.
Hello, Costello. I just overheard that you were going hunting, and I thought I'd drop in and say hello. I'm the game warden up in the woods. My name's Boone, Mr. Boone. That's it. Boone, Boone. Boone.
Hiya, Boone. I know your sister, Bab.
Is It's a very good idea to go hunting with me. Everybody's there to meet, even old Mother Hubbard. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get a dog a bone, and when she got there, the bone was there. So she ate it. My name's Boone, Boone. Boone, Boone.
Was your mother ever frightened by a broken record? I know a poem, too, Boone. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy got roast beef. She knew the butcher.
Tell us, Mr. Boone, are there any restrictions on hunting up in your woods?
Well, you can't go shooting all the animals. You see, they have just as much right to live as I.
Even more.
And now to the rules. Are you, Luke Costello, going hunting with Bud Abbott?
Yes?
Then kindly step forward. Do you both promise to honor and obey the hunting laws of the state?
I do.
I do.
And do you both further promise to love and cherish the grandeur of nature?
I do.
And in the event of danger, do you solemnly promise to protect each other until death do you part?
I do.
Very well, then. I now pronounce you man and wife. The name is Boone, 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 Boone.
Man and wife? Well, Abbott, ain't you going to kiss me? Get out of here!
Bud Abbott, don't go away.
Yes, Dad.
Bud, look, you know anything about flying?
Sure I do. I was flying even when I was a little kid.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I jumped off the roof with an umbrella and I stayed in the air for 3 hours.
Oh, wait a minute. How could you stay in the air for 3 hours?
My pants got caught on the drain pipe.
A ripping joke. But look, I'm talking about real flying. Like trying to tear the wings off an experimental ship in a power dive. Stuff like that is just meat and potatoes for Red Hulse, the Curtiss test pilot who tried out the Navy's amazing new dive bomber. And whether it's planes or cigarettes, Red Hulse likes to test things out for himself. He said, quote,
I picked Camels after I'd smoked them long enough to know that they were the only brand that suited me best on all accounts. They're really easy on my throat, and they give me that full, rich taste I like.
Unquote. Yes, with men in all the services, Camel is the favorite, according to actual sales records in post exchanges and canteens. You're in good company when you smoke Camels. You're joining thousands of men and women who have been smoking them for more than 25 years. Smoking Camel, the cigarette we believe more people have been smoking longer than any other. Loyalty like that proves Camel's character, the thing that makes you like Camels more with every pack you smoke. You can find out about character for yourself in your T-zone. T for taste and T for throat. Your own proving ground for flavor and mildness. You'll find that Camels have more flavor, and it's extra flavor that helps them to wear well, pack after pack. Camels are extra mild, too, because they're slow-burning and cool smoking. For steady smoking, stick to Camels, the cigarette that's expertly blended of costlier tobaccos. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camels, get a pack tonight. You'll want to buy a carton tomorrow. Freddie Richards Orchestra and the Camel 5 introduce the title song from Dick Powell's new picture, Happy Go Lucky.
Can this be me feeling so happy-go-lucky? Looking in your happy-go-lucky eyes. Can this be me feeling so happy-go-lucky? Me who always acted so smart and wise. Can this be me singing, oh, everything's lucky? Follow your head with a happy-go-lucky way. Well, if it's me feeling so happy-go-lucky, pardon me while I skip forgive to say, heaven bless this happy-go-lucky day. It's me feeling so happy-go-lucky.
here we are, Costello. The Pine Tree Hunting Lodge in the heart of the North Woods. How you ought to be able to shoot plenty of meat up here.
I don't know, Abbott. It's too cold up here. Let's get back to town. I want to get my spine defrosted.
Oh, don't be silly. This is invigorating. It isn't cold.
It isn't cold?
Certainly not.
I just saw a squirrel going down the road wearing a silver fox.
Oh, come on. What's the matter with your eyesight? That's nonsense.
And right behind him was a rabbit wearing earmuffs.
Oh, now, Lou.
Come on. Abbott.
Come on, guys.
Abbott. Somebody, I don't know.
Never mind that.
Oh, next page.
Come on. Well, come on, let's get our things unpacked. Did you bring my red hunting jacket, I hope?
No.
You dummy, I can't go hunting without a red jacket. Now, you know that.
Don't worry. You'll have a red jacket.
I will.
Yeah, I brought your Palm Beach suit and 4 bottles of ketchup.
Oh. Well, anyhow, I sent for a guy to take us hunting. I wish he'd get here. I'm dying for a piece of venison.
Venison?
Sure, that's deer meat. Wouldn't you like to shoot a buck deer?
I haven't got a buck, honey.
Look, I'm talking about hunting. Haven't you ever hunted before?
Oh, sure. I caught a mink that shot $9 in 15 minutes.
Now, that's ridiculous. How could you shoot $9 in 15 minutes?
Did you ever go out with a hungry blonde?
Sure, I should say not. Oh, skip it. And get that suitcase unpacked. Hey, wait a minute. Sounds like a mouse in that suitcase. Open it up.
It's a mouse, all right.
And I'm only 3.5 years old.
Hey, it's that kid again, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Hey, Matilda. Now, look, this is no place for a little girl. A girl, whatever it is. Why don't they make bigger tights?
All right, never mind that. Now, be nice.
There's a lot of wild animals up here.
I'm not afraid of animals. My daddy's an elk.
Elk? Matilda, that kind of an elk isn't an animal.
You never saw my daddy.
Why don't you stick your head in a bear trap and don't let go?
Costello, how can you be so unkind to that child? She has a good head on her.
Her head in a bat would start a softball game.
Uncle Louie, can I go hunting with you? I know how to handle animals. Once I grabbed a cow by the horn.
Now, Matilda, behave. A cow hasn't any horns.
No wonder I got milk.
Matilda, how can you be so stupid?
Now, Costello, Matilda's just a child. Her brain is developing.
Yeah, too little and too late.
Uncle Louie, I want to go hunting with you. I want to pull a bear's tail.
No, you don't. If you pull a bear's tail, it will bite you.
No, it won't.
And why not?
Bears don't bite with that end.
And look, Matilda, will you do us a favor, please? Just run along and don't bother us now. The guide is going to be here soon to take us hunting. And Uncle Louie and I have to unpack.
Well, before I go, Uncle Louie, can I do my animal impersonation?
Okay, anything at all. What is it?
It goes like this. Kiss, ouch. Kiss, ouch. Kiss, ouch.
Wait a minute. What's that kiss? Ouch.
That's 2 porcupines necking.
Will you get out of here? Hey, I'd like to find out who Matilda's rider is. Not bad.
What's the matter now?
For a minute, that kid, I thought I was 103.5 years old.
103.5. Hey, wait a minute. That must be the guide now. Come in.
Howdy, fellows. I'm your hunting guide.
Hey, Abbott, it's a dame.
Quiet, certainly. Don't you recognize her? It's Claire Trevor.
Now, wait a minute, Miss Trevor. We weren't expecting a girl. We thought a man was going to lead us.
Well, didn't you ever follow a woman before?
Well, once I followed a woman who used to catch minks.
Tapper?
No, another guy beat me to her.
Now, don't talk like that, Lou.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Abbott. You know, my sister thinks Costello is the best comedian on the air.
Oh, gee, thanks. I'd like to meet her.
Well, you can't. We never let her out of the attic.
What a clever Trevor.
Costello, behave. Now, Miss Trevor.
Oh, won't you call me Claire?
Will you call me Bud?
Will you call me when this is all over?
By the way, Claire, how did you happen to become a guide handling guns and rifles?
Well, you see, in pictures, I used to be a gangster's mole.
Mole? The word is mouth.
I know, but I can't get a laugh with mouth.
That takes care of me, sister.
All right. Now, just take it easy. No remarks, Costello. You see, Claire, the reason we came up here in the woods is because of the meat shortage. Costello wants to do a little hunting.
Oh, really? What's your favorite animal?
Roast beef?
Costello! People don't hunt roast beef.
What was that line in front of the butcher's this morning? Termites?
All right. Now, just let it go at that. Take it easy.
All right, boys, let's get to the hunting trip. Now, you start out at 5 o'clock in the morning. You tramp for 15 miles with a pack on your back, a lilt in your voice, a song in your soul,
and a blister on my heel.
We should reach the mountain by noon, don't you think, Claire?
Yes, that's about right. And 12 to 1, we climb the mountain.
12 to 1, I don't make it.
It must be beautiful on top of the mountain, Claire.
Oh, it is. And you can listen to your echo. You simply say, hello, and then the echo says, hello.
Sociable, ain't it?
And then I yell again, how are you? And the echo comes back, how are you? And then I say, it's a nice day.
Say, Claire.
Yes,
You enjoy that sort of thing?
Quiet, Costello. Go ahead. All right, never mind.
Happy New Year! Merry Christmas!
No, nothing of the kind. You know, echoes.
Huh?
Echoes. Maybe Claire enjoys them, maybe you don't. So just keep quiet. Go ahead.
I like eclairs.
Not eclairs, not those things. This is entirely different. Now behave.
Oh, it's very exciting.
Yes.
And as you're standing there, suddenly you hear a loud roar, and through the brush comes the most ferocious bear in the world. Oh, grizzly. Costello, you rush up and grab him with your bare hands.
What kind of a fool do you think I am?
Why, are there different kinds?
Costello, what would you do in the face of such danger?
Why, I'll do what I did once before.
What do you mean?
A bear was coming at me.
No.
I picked up my gun.
You did?
And with one bullet, I shot him in the foot and knocked all his teeth out.
Now, wait a minute. How could you knock all his teeth out if you shot him in the foot?
He was biting his nails.
Here's Connie Haynes of the Camel 5 with a sparkling tune from Paramount's Star Spangled Rhythm, doing it for defense.
Mr. Bones, get this right. I'm your date for tonight. But when I hold you tight, I'm doing it for defense. Months and months you've been drilled. Now it's time you were thrilled. Start from here, then we build. I'm doing it for defense. If you kiss my lips and you feel me respond, it's because I just can't afford a bond. If you think you're Cary Grant, brother, relax. You're just a rebate on my income tax. Don't be hurt, don't get sore. I'm a pal, nothing more. This ain't love, this is war. I'm doing it for defense. Don't be hurt, don't get sore. I'm a pal, nothing more. This ain't love, this is war. Mister, don't take offense. Doing it at my expense. For all of Uncle Sammy's strength, I'm doing it. Sister, for defense.
Costello, what are you shooting at? We haven't sighted any game yet.
It says in my hunting book, if you get cold, take a couple of shots.
Oh. Yeah, but you almost hit me. What's the matter? Eyes bad?
What, Claire?
Eyes bad. Is who? Oh. Is who a bad girl?
Now,
Is who?
Miss Trevor's trying to pick up some animal tracks. Follow her.
Okay. Gee, Claire, That's a nice bustle you're wearing.
That's no bustle. No knapsack slip. Oh, say, my dog must be on the trail of something.
Hey, go away. Get him away from me.
Be careful of that dog, Costello. It's an Airedale.
I know. I can feel the air.
Oh, dear, I suppose I should have bought a muzzle.
A muzzle?
Muzzle.
So you should have brought a muzzle. Why, do you bite too?
Yeah. I'll stop these remarks, Costello. Claire's dog is very intelligent.
He certainly is, and I'll prove it to you. Roger, how much is 1 and 1? Good. How much is 2 and 2?
Hey, what a smart dog. Hey, Roger, what time is it?
5:30.
That ain't a hunting dog, that's a watchdog.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What am I talking about, dog?
Well, boys, you better get your guns loaded. We may come across some game any minute.
Your gun loaded, Costello?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, look. There's a wild turkey over there.
Hey, Abbott, a turkey. A real turkey. Woo! I'm finally going to get something to eat.
All right, take it easy now. Sight your gun. Now, ready? Aim.
Mustn't shoot the bird when his back is turned. I'm the warden, name's Boom, Boom. Boom, Boom.
Just a second, Warden. I'm the guide, and Mr. Costello isn't doing anything wrong.
Yes, he is. That's too large a gun for such a small bird. Naughty, name's Boom, Boom, Boom.
Hey, boom. Wait a minute. Can I use a bow and arrow?
Oh, no, that's much too sharp.
Then can I use a slingshot?
No, that would bruise the bird.
Do you mind if I just give him a dirty look?
Say, wait a minute. There's a whole flock of ducks getting up out of the water.
Oh, yes. You stand in the middle, Costello.
In the middle? And let you two shoot over me?
Yes, and I'll take the high bird.
And I'll take the low bird.
And I'll be in a hospital before you.
Say, Claire, you see that bear tracks over there across the stream?
Yes, I think so. Go ahead, Costello. Jump across the stream.
Okay. Hey, help! The water's cold! It's like cold! My hands are freezing!
Put them in your pocket.
Okay. That's no good. I keep going down. Will you help me? I'm drowning. I'm going down for the 5th time.
3 times is the limit.
Then I just set a new record.
Here. Give me your hand. Here, I'd better carry you across.
All right, dear, but if you try to kiss me, I'll call for Mother.
Oh, goody. She's getting a girl for me.
Quiet, boys. Look, see how these bears' tracks go right into that cave? I think we'll find our grizzly inside.
Yes. I see 2 eyes shining in the dark.
Step aside, Abbott. I'll get him. Come on in there, you old grizzly. I'm going to shoot. Come on out.
Don't shoot. I'm only 3.5 years old.
This kid can get in my hair more times. Matilda, what are you doing in this cave?
I went in there to catch this little pussycat. It's a whippersnapper.
Oh, no, little girl. That's a skunk.
That's what I said. A whippersnapper.
Listen, Matilda, you better get out of here. Go on back to the cabin.
But what if I meet a very ferocious animal?
He'll have to take care of himself. Go on, beat it.
Hey, boys, come here. You know, I think the bear's already been in this cave. Here's a piece of fur off his coat.
Coat? You mean a bear wears a coat?
Now, you dummy pelt. Hide.
Why should I hide?
He means hide. Hide. The bear's outside.
Well, let him stay outside. We don't want him in here.
Oh, come on, let's get moving. We've got to find our grizzly before it gets dark. You know, there's another cave about 10 miles from here.
10 miles?
Yeah, let's walk fast. Well, here we are.
We surely got here fast, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we had to. This is only a 5-minute sketch.
Oh. Say, listen. There's something over there. Look. It's a wolf.
Now, wait a minute. That's Ken Niles. What's the idea, Niles? You can't be a wolf.
Why not? He's from Hollywood.
Hey, what's going on here? I thought I was going to do some hunting.
Oh, Costello, look. There's a little beaver down in the stream.
Isn't he cute? I wonder what the little beaver's doing.
Probably waiting for Red Rider.
Red Rider. Why don't you try some beaver meat, Costello?
Okay, hand me my gun.
I'm Boom, Boom, Boom. Mustn't shoot the little beaver. Fur cats, $50. After all, beavers build dams.
You mean dams?
Swearing tax, $40.
You better pay, Costello.
$40. Don't make me laugh.
Laugh? Amusement tax, $20.
Hey, Abbott, Hand me my gun.
Oh, don't shoot. Remember, I'm the game warden. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, you were the game warden.
Costello. Oh, that was a terrible thing you did.
Yes, Costello, now you're in real trouble.
You said it. I don't know how to cook a game warden.
Land and sea and in the air, it's camels. Camels, first with the men in the army. Camels, first with the men in the Navy. Camels, first with the men in the Marine Corps. Camels, first with the men in the Coast Guard. Yes, with men in all the services, Camel is the favorite, according to actual sales records in post exchanges and canteens. Remember that, whether you're buying cigarettes to send to men in the service or to smoke yourself. Camels have the flavor, extra flavor, that helps them to hold up pack after pack, no matter how many you smoke. And Camels have the extra mildness, slow burning and cool smoking that go with costlier tobaccos expertly blended. For steady smoking, stick to Camels. Your throat and your taste will tell you. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camels, get a pack tonight. Send a carton to that fellow in the service. And remember, you can still send Camels to Army personnel in the United States and to men in the Navy, Marines, or Coast Guard, wherever they are. The Post Office rule against mailing packages applies only to those sent to the overseas army. Before we hear from Abbott and Costello again, here is an important announcement from our government for every young woman between the ages of 18 and 35. Your country is facing a shortage of nurses, a shortage so serious that the safety of our war wounded and the health of our civilians are in grave danger. Mid-year classes for student nurses are being formed now. Every student nurse will immediately help to free trained nurses for overseas duty because students start hospital work right away. Women who are unable to afford tuition may apply for scholarships. Here's what you do. If you are a citizen between 18 and 35, graduated from high school and in good health, write today to Student Nurses, Box 88, New York City. And now, here's Bud Abbott and Lou Costello again.
Thanks, Ken. Ladies and gentlemen, next Thursday night our program will be broadcast from the Navy Receiving Station at San Pedro, California. So, to Captain Feineman and his staff, and to my fine friends Chaplain Bennett and Lieutenant Commander Myers, thanks for the invitation, and we'll all be seeing you next week. And our guest will be Betty Hutton. So good night, everybody.
Good night. Remember, Camels present 4 great radio shows each week. Camel Caravan tomorrow night, Bob Hawk on Saturday. Monday night it's Blondie, and next Thursday night, Abbott and Costello with Betty Hutton. Claire Trevor, who appeared with us this evening, will soon be seen in Columbia Pictures' forthcoming Technicolor film, The Desperados. And now this is Ken Niles reminding you to hear the Camel Caravan tomorrow night and wishing you all a pleasant good night from Hollywood.
Say, Mr. Pipe Smoker, how does your tongue feel after smoking a couple of good long pipefuls? If it feels uncomfortable, why not switch to Prince Albert, the pipe tobacco that's no-bite treated for cool, tongue-happy smoking comfort. PA's crimp cut, too, and that means it's easy to pack, easy to keep lit, and easy to draw. And remember, there are around 50 mild, rich-tasting pipefuls to every handy pocket package of Prince Albert. Try PA for Pipe Appeal. It's the National Joy Smoke. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is table. T-A-B-L-E.
Really?
You bet your life. More than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Sorry, he's taking the 5-mile trial. Oh, that's me!
Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples.
Roger, we have some young single people for you tonight. They were selected just before we went on the show. Miss Madonna McGlone and Dr. John D. Chudikoff meet Groucho Marx.
Wait a minute, Fenneman. What's that name again?
Chudikoff.
Kazana. Well, welcome, youngsters, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Miss Madonna McGlone. Is that right?
That's right.
And Dr. John D. Chudikoff. What's your hometown, Madonna?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis, huh? Isn't that near St. Paul?
Yes, it's one of the Twin Cities.
Oh. How old are you, Madonna?
28.
28? Well, you don't look it.
Well, thank you.
Thought you were about 27. John D. Chudikoff. Where are you from, Johnny?
I was born in southwest Los Angeles, about a stone's throw from USC.
How old are you, John?
31.
And how did you meet your wife, John?
I'm not married.
Don't change the subject. How did you meet your wife? What are you doing now, Mr. Chudikoff?
Dr. Chudikoff, if you don't mind.
Oh, yes. No, I don't mind. It's your patients I'm thinking about. Well, who are you doing now, Mr. Chudikoff? By the way, Doc, I have a little pain in my shoulder after the show. Could you fix it up for me?
I'm afraid not, Groucho. I'm a veterinarian.
Where is your abattoir, Doc?
I operate the Valley Animal Hospital in Van Nuys.
You do? You operate on the whole hospital? Why do they call you a doctor, Doc?
Well, our training is very similar to that of the MDs, and I have the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine.
Well, what's the reason for that? Do you have to practice on humans before they'll trust you with an animal? Why is it similar?
Well, our training is very similar, and the studies in the anatomy of an animal is also very similar to that of the human, except animals do not have a collarbone or an appendix.
Do you have an appendix, Madonna?
No, I don't.
Have you got a collarbone?
I have two of them.
You have two collarbones?
Two collarbones.
I'm just checking. A man can't be too careful these days. I had a girl out the other night, and she didn't have an appendix or a collarbone. I wonder if that girl really was a kangaroo. Do you have a job, Madonna?
Yes, I do. I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse.
Mm-hmm. So where are you registered? In the American Kennel Club? Where do you do your nursing?
No, I work at Queen of Angels Hospital. It happens to be the largest private hospital west of the Mississippi. We have 501 beds there.
Do you work in the operating room?
Yes, I do.
I don't know why they call it the operating room. Last time I was there, I started operating and the nurse chloroformed me. Are you assigned to any particular part of the hospital, you know, in case I get sick?
Well, I'm always in the operating room.
Oh. Well, what do you have to do to keep on good terms with the doctors?
Well, we want to maintain a professional attitude, calling them doctor, standing when they come in the room.
You hop up when they come in the room?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? Do your dogs do that when you walk in the room? They all stand on their hind legs when you walk in? Well, what are some of the differences between your job and that of a regular doctor? Doctor? Doc?
Well...
Are you a dry doc, or do you drink, or...
they're very similar, Groucho. It's a bit more difficult for us to diagnose our cases, because our patients can't tell us where it hurts.
No. You ought to consider yourself lucky. You know the old line, never ask anyone how they feel, they're liable to tell you. How do you know how much to charge a patient? For example, suppose a cow comes in. What do you find out if she's loaded first? And if she is, do you milk her for everything she's got?
Well, our fees are quite a bit more reasonable. For example, an MD will charge around $150 to deliver a baby, where I'll deliver a dozen puppies for about $10.
That's very interesting. If a woman doesn't have $150, she can always have a dozen Irish setters. I want to ask you a question, Doc, and I want you to be honest about this. What brand of dog biscuits do you smoke? Now, is it safe working with animals? Isn't there a chance you might catch something dreadful like fleas?
Well, there's not much danger. In fact, in many ways, it's safer to work with animals than with humans.
Well, how, for example? Would you mind amplifying that a little
Well, believe it or not, for example, it'd be much safer for a baby to be licked by a dog than to be kissed by a human.
You mean it's safer to be kissed by a dog than a human?
That's right.
Doc, I think I understand why you're not married. Well, you two have a lot in common, and I hope you'll be very happy together. And I'll pronounce you man's best friend. You're a nice young couple, and I wish you good luck in the immediate future. Because in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $1,500 question. First, I want you to pay close attention to some good advice from Mr. Fenneman.
Friends, I'd like to remind you about getting your car ready for colder weather.
Be sure to tell them, George, there's a lot more to it than just getting antifreeze and having the oil changed.
That's right. If you expect your car to start on the coldest winter mornings, to shift smoothly, to operate efficiently, then the place to take it right away is to a DeSoto Plymouth dealers. First, for easier shifting on even the coldest days, your transmission will get the proper lubricants. For quicker winter starting, your battery will be checked. To handle the increased electrical load of winter driving, the DeSoto Plymouth dealer mechanics will step up your generator and check your spark plugs. The brakes of your car are especially vital in bad weather, so they will be carefully serviced for safer winter stopping. The master technicians at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers will tune the engine of your car, too, to make sure it will give you economical operation mile after mile. And, of course, you'll get the proper oil, your radiator will be cleaned and flushed, you'll get a good antifreeze. All the things your car needs to give you worry-free operation even in the coldest weather. And believe me, you'll be amazed how little you pay for all this expert service to your car. So drive in for that cold weather checkup tomorrow. Wherever you see the famous sign of better service, the friendly sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Now, let's see how high I can build you $20. Out of our list of 20 categories, you selected number 1, Summer Hits, as your category. These songs were all popular during the summer. Now, let's see if you can identify them. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
$19.50.
How much?
$19.50.
$19.50, huh? Okay, play it, Jerry.
Kiss of Fire.
Kiss of Fire is right.
Off to a good start. You have $39.50.
All right, remember you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of your $39.50 are you going to try?
Oh, 39, is that right?
39.
All right, let's see if you can identify this one. Play it, Jerry.
Walking My Baby Back Home.
That is absolutely correct.
You now have $78.50.
How much will you bet?
$78.
$78. Did you consult with the dog doctor?
Yes, I did.
What is the name of this song?
I'm Yours.
I'm Yours is right.
And you'll now have $156.50.
What did you say was the name of that song?
I'm Yours.
I may hold you to that. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Now, how much of the $156.50 will you risk?
The whole thing?
The guns in my spoke. All right, play it, Jerry. Play it.
Watch me, my baby.
Watch me is right. And you wind up with $313.
Roger, we have a housewife and a man with an interesting background. Mrs. Maydell Goodall and Mr. Joseph R. Shearer. So you can come in now, folks, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll win $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Maydell Gouldall, eh? That's a pretty fancy handle, Maydell. I'll just call you May.
Oh, that'd be fine.
Oh. And you can call me December. Where are you from, May?
Oh, I'm from Houston, Texas, but I was reared in San Angelo, Texas. Can't you tell that I'm a Texan from the way I talk?
I can tell you're from Texas, but I didn't know you were reared, that's all. Mr. Joseph Shearer, you're a dog doctor, huh?
No.
Oh, you're not? Oh. Well, where are you from, Joe?
I'm from Lausanne.
I beg your pardon?
I'm from Lausanne.
Lausanne, isn't that in the Philippines?
Oh, no. You mean, you think, Luzon?
Well, thanks. I'm always glad to know what I'm thinking of. Where are you from, Joe?
From Lausanne.
You persist in saying that, huh?
That's,
isn't that what I was thinking of a minute ago?
No, you said Luzon in the Philippines. But Lausanne is a beautiful town on Lake Geneva in the low country of Switzerland.
Oh. In other words, you're Swiss, huh?
That's right.
Can you yodel?
No.
Fine Swiss, eh? You're more towards the cheese type, huh? What made you decide to come to the United States?
I wanted to learn English.
I see. What sort of work do you do? Did you smuggle anything in?
No.
Nothing, huh?
I'm selling life insurance.
You are, huh? Well, isn't it a shame I don't speak English? And, May, what sort of work does your husband do?
Well, my husband's in the insurance business, too, Groucho.
Well, I'm caught like a rat in a trap. Are you married, Joe?
Yes.
No insurance against that, is there?
No insurance against that.
How did you meet your wife?
Through Esperanto.
Oh, Esperanto, yes. He's a marriage broker in Acapulco, isn't he? I know him very well. Jose Esperanto. He also sells trinkets down there. What's he doing now, Esperanto?
I don't know. There's no such man I know of. Esperanto. Esperanto is an international language.
Oh, I see. Well, tell me about this Esperanto. You say that this is a universal language?
Yes. It has taken words, the international words from all the other international languages, English, French, German, Italian, even Japanese words and Chinese words in it. And no matter where you went, no matter where I went, I always found people who spoke the language.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever meet a Mexican named Joe Esperanto down Santa Cruz? I think he was. Did you propose to your wife in Esperanto?
Oh, yes.
What did you say? And did she understand it? I bet you could.
Oh, she was one of my students in an Esperanto class. So I said to her, mi petas esto mia edzino.
Mm-hmm. Now, how come she didn't call a cop? Can you speak Esperanto?
No, I can't even talk English very well.
Well, I wasn't going to go into that. What's the good of me sitting here and trying to insult you if you're going to do it yourself? Well, it's been interesting talking to you two, and I wish you both good luck in the quiz. Beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,500 question. Can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
Dr. Chudikoff and the nurse won $313, and the secret word is table.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected basic astronomy. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
$19 and...
$19.95.
$19.95?
We know who's bearing Grant's tomb, so we haven't anything to lose. So. I'll just come on anyway, $19.95.
Okay. The word solar, S-O-L-A-R, refers to what heavenly body?
To the sun.
That's right.
You now have $39.95.
Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of your $39.95 are you going to try?
$39.90.
$39.90. Okay.
$39.90?
That's right. $39.90.
Okay. What is the name of the planet with 9 satellites and an encycling series of rings?
Saturn.
That's right, Saturn.
You're really climbing. You have $79.85.
Here's your third question. How much of this vast sum are you going to risk this time? You have $79.85.
All but 5 cents.
All right, $79.80. Is that all right with you, Joe?
Well, okay.
The largest telescope in the world, 200 inches in diameter, is located on what mountain?
Palomar?
Palomar is right.
You now have $159.65.
How much? Ask
We
them,
have
ask them how much they're
$159.65.
How much? Ask them how much they're betting.
How much are you betting?
All the nickels.
Ask them in Esperanto.
They're betting.
$159.60.
Right.
All right. I'm so happy that I'm out of this whole thing. If the sun was totally or partially obscured by the shadow of another heavenly body, the phenomenon would be called what?
An eclipse.
An eclipse is right. An eclipse. And wait a minute.
You now have $319.25, and that's in English. I'm sorry.
Now, how much is that in Esperanto?
3 cents tekna to the clean.
Yeah.
I'm the same deal. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Thank you.
And now here's a beautiful girl I'd like to know better, with news about another beauty, the 1953 DeSoto.
Hello, this is Wendy Barry. And right now I want you to get a pencil and mark down this date, November the 13th. That's the day the stunning new 1953 DeSoto goes on display at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Be sure and be at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers on Thursday, November the 13th.
Groucho, we invited some prominent Republicans and some Democrats to the program tonight. And just before we went on the air, Mrs. Mildred Younger and Mr. Stanley Long were chosen to be on our show. And here they come. Folks, I want you to meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Mildred Younger, huh? You look like you're a very happily married woman.
I am.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. And you're the Republican.
I certainly am.
Now, pardon me while I make a shrewd deduction. You, old boy, evidently are the Democrat.
Obviously, Mr. Marx.
Now, what sort of work do you do, Mr. Long?
Well, I'm in public relations and advertising work.
I see. In other words, you're a huckster, is that it?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that, no.
No. Well, you wouldn't, but other people have. Mrs. Younger, you told me that you're married, huh?
That's right.
You're very attractive, you know.
Thank you.
I'm not sure I approve of the schlemiel you're hooked to. Tell me something about him. For example, what are his qualifications for taking care of an extremely interesting-looking woman?
Well, he's an attorney. He was a special investigator for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. He was a member of... He was with both G2 and OSS when he was in the infantry during the Second World War. Then he came back and was city prosecutor in Pasadena for a number of years, was recalled into the Air Force where he was a lieutenant colonel with the Office of Special Investigations. He's now an attorney again.
If your husband is listening, schlemiel is a Latvian word meaning wonderful, charming fellow. All right, now we have the preliminaries out of the way. Let's talk politics. Mr. Long, Stanley, how long have you been voting Democrat?
All my life.
Typical politician, huh? Started voting at the age of 2. Mrs. Younger, or Millie, do you object to me calling you Millie?
Not at all.
You seem so dignified and so sure of yourself. I was a little hesitant about calling you Millie, but you can call me Millie, too, I mean, if it will make you feel any better. Have you been voting Republican all your life?
I've been voting Republican since I was 21.
I see. And before that, you voted Democrat? Gotta watch my step around here. I'm going to be absolutely neutral. Just call me Adelaide Eisenhower. What's your reason for being a Republican, Billy?
Well, I believe that the Republican Party offers more to the people.
Really? Exactly how much are you offering, eh?
You've got us mixed up with the Democrats.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, seriously, I believe that the Republican Party offers prosperity with peace. I believe that it offers leadership. I believe that it offers a way out of a continual series of careers and international affairs which this nation can afford neither economically or militarily. I think it offers all of those things that all of those people in the audience expect it to offer, and I fully intend to see to it that our party lives up to their expectations.
Well, I hope they do. Now, what made you decide to become a Democrat, Stanley?
Well, I think probably, Groucho, from the very first time I became cognizant of policies, social economic policies, I became aware of the fact that the Democratic Party was actually the party of the people, the party that the people looked to when they had something to protest about, the party that was not the privileged party in the sense that they cared not what the people did as long as they got along some way or another. And I think that Mrs. Younger was quite correct when she said that you had us mixed up. The Democrats have offered a great deal and have delivered a great deal, as long as I can remember.
Well, we're fortunate in that they're both good men. Here, at least, we have two candidates. In a certain country I won't mention, you vote for Joe or else. It's been stimulating talking to you two, and I want to say that I admire your energy and courage to fight for something you believe in. Right now, you both have a chance to win. Run your $20 into more than our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,500 question. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
Mrs. Gouldall and the Esperanto Man lead with $319.25.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected odd names of familiar objects. Here's your first question. How much will you bet of the $20 that you have?
15, be all right?
I think that's sort of extravagant.
Well, all right, let's be conservative. How about 10?
See, the Republicans always want to save money.
They want to get their money's worth.
All right, how much are you betting? Talk it over now. Time's a wasting. $10. What do you call the rimless glasses that perch on the bridge of the nose?
Pince-nez.
Pince-nez? I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I can't. I think it's pince-nez or something, actually, but it's generally called pince-nez, but that's the...
On your way, you have $30.
Now, how much of your $30 are you going to try this time?
25.
I'd say 20. You decide. That's all right.
Well, let's make it 25 this time.
That's fine.
All right. What do you call a strip of cloth cut off to serve as a sample?
A swatch.
Swatch is right, yes.
You now have $55.
This is also a swatch, you know. Here's your third question. How much of the 55 will you bet?
It's your choice this time.
40.
$40. What do you call the jewel headpiece that resembles a crown and is worn by women in formal dress?
Tiara.
Tiara is right.
You now have $95.
And here's your last chance to be the other couples. How much of the 95 are you going to try?
Your turn.
75.
75? What do you call the little star on a typewriter key used to indicate a footnote?
Asterisk.
Asterisk is right.
And you wind up with a grand total of $170. And that means that Mrs. Gouldall and the Esperanto Man with $319.25. In just 1 minute, get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Thank you, guys.
Friends, I've just seen a preview of the new 1953 DeSoto, and I want to tell you what a beautiful new car it is. This car has got it.
Well, don't worry, folks. There's nothing wrong with your receiver. We just turned off Groucho's microphone so we wouldn't give away the exciting story about the new 1953 DeSoto until the big day. You see, on November 13th, at your DeSoto Plymouth dealer showroom, the distinguished 1953 DeSoto goes on display for the very first time. Remember the day, Thursday, November 13th. Your first chance to see the beautiful new 1953 DeSoto at your DeSoto Plymouth dealer showroom.
And when you do, tell them Groucho sent you.
And here's Mrs. Gouldall and the Esperanto Man all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. Groucho?
Hello.
All right, here we go for $1,500. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully, and please no help from the audience. Ready? The air you breathe is composed of a number of gases. For $1,500, which of these gases is present in the largest amount? 78%, in fact. All right, kids, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
Oxygen.
No, I'm sorry, it's nitrogen. It's 78% nitrogen. 21% oxygen and 1% argon, whatever it is. All the others amount to less than 1/10 of 1%. So the correct answer is nitrogen, so that means the big question next week will be worth $2,000. Well, they lost the big money. How much did they win the quiz?
$319.25.
Well, congratulations, and thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $2,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
Don't forget, folks, on Thursday, November 13th, the distinguished 1953 DeSoto will go on display for the very first time at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Make a date to see it, and when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Twilight reduces visibility. Reduce your speed accordingly. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
This is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, now that Mr. Burns is running for political office, Mrs. Burns is more proud of him than ever. And here she is, feeding her little candidate his breakfast.
Would the second assistant substitute city councilman from the 3rd District like another piece of toast?
No, thanks.
Would the second assistant substitute city councilman from the 3rd District like another cup of coffee?
I don't believe so.
Would the second assistant substitute
Gracie,
city councilman...
stop calling me.
Well, you may as well get used to it, George. After the election, everyone will call you that.
They will not. I want people to call me what they've always called me.
Even my mother?
Well, in her case, I'll make an exception. And anyway, I'm not elected yet. Gordon Cates may win, you know.
Oh, don't make me laugh. Even the morning paper says that Gordon Cates has a very slim chance.
Really?
Well, not in those words, but that's all he could have. It says right here, George Burns has a fat chance.
Oh, fine.
Now, if you've finished your breakfast, dear, here are your appointments for the day.
My appointment?
Sure. Like all big politicians, every minute of your day is just crammed with important conferences of things. I've written them out for you, entitled it My Day.
I can't read the scribbling.
Well, that's because I had to get on a bus to write it. It wouldn't be a real My Day if it were written at home.
I guess so.
Well, I'll read it to you, darling. Now, here's today's schedule. 8 a.m., breakfast. 8:30 a.m., interview with newspaper man.
Really? Which paper?
The Times. He wants us to renew our subscription.
Oh.
9 to 9:30 a.m., discussion of world affairs with Bo Carter and H.B. Cossenborn. 9:30, turn off the radio and leave the office.
Let me see that schedule. Hey, I better dress up today. 12 o'clock, luncheon with Mayor at City Hall.
Mayor? Let me see that. Oh, that's Meyer.
Oh, Meyer.
He runs the lunch counter at City Hall. It's a good man to know, George.
Oh, yes, valuable.
Now, let me read it to you. 1:30, read fan mail. 1:30 and a half, answer it. 1:31, newsreel pictures.
Newsreel pictures?
Yeah, and don't be late. There's a wonderful march of time. And then at 2:30...
Look, I don't want to hear anymore.
Oh, that must be the postman. He's been taking a poll of the neighbors to see who's going to vote for you and who's going to vote for Gordon Tate. Excuse me, dear.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Postman. Did you complete your poll?
Yes, ma'am. I interviewed 100 people.
Oh, and how many are voting for Mr. Burns?
2.
2?
Well, I presume you and your husband are voting for him.
Oh, but Mr. Postman, surely you'll vote for my husband.
Well, I'd like to, but I have to do what the party tells me.
Oh, which party?
Party I'm married to. That's my wife, Mame. She likes Mr. Tate because he's fair and square.
Well, George is fair. He's so square his hat wears out at the corners.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to vote for your husband. But as Mame goes, so goes me. Well, good night, Mrs. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
Oh, this is awful. If George finds out, his sensitive little heart will be broken.
Well, what did the postman say, Gracie? How did the poll come out?
What, dear?
Am I out in front?
Yeah, a little. But exercise will take that off.
I mean the survey, the vote. How do Kate and I stand?
Well, he's just a bit ahead of you.
Oh, good. I like a close race. What's the score?
98 to nothing.
98 to nothing? I might as well give up.
Oh, Judge, don't say that. This is like a horse race, and it's just started. Gordon Tate may be the horse out in front now. He may look back and think you're just an old plug. But when you cross the finish line, he'll be behind you, and then he'll see the real George Burns.
Thanks, dear.
Oh, come in.
Good morning, folks. Well, I'm back.
Oh, Mrs. Bundy, look, George, our cleaning woman is back in town.
I think I'll go and get dressed and go to the office.
What's the matter with you, Mr. Burns?
Oh, George is running for councilman in the coming election, but nobody's going to vote for him. The postman took a poll around the neighborhood.
Well, if he expected to get votes for your husband, he should have taken a bat around the neighborhood.
You were out of town, Mrs. Bundy.
Why, you...
Oh,
now,
Bundy,
Mrs. Bundy, George, please, don't fight.
Well, I'll see you later.
Oh, poor George. It looks like Gordon Tate will get every vote.
Gordon Tate? Is he running against Mr. Burns?
Yeah. Well, you better start cleaning, Mrs. Bundy. Here's the broom.
I'll bet I know one person who won't vote for Gordon Tate.
Who?
That movie actor, Ray Milland. I clean house for him, you know.
Oh, Ray Milland?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's cute.
You're telling me?
You know, the women in our club voted Mr. Milland their favorite give-up boy.
Give-up boy?
Uh-huh. He's the boy they'd most like to give up their husbands for. But, what about him? Why won't he vote for Gordon Tate?
Oh, it's so exciting. You see, It's no use. I just can't talk while I'm working.
Well, here, hand me the broom.
All right. Well, you see, Mr. Case and Mr. Milan are next-door neighbors. They despise each other.
No.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, Mrs. Bundy, does Gordon Case really have a lot of sex appeal?
Does he? If you ask me, that's one reason Mr. Milan doesn't like him. He's jealous of Mr. Case's figure.
Oh. But Mr. Milan seems to have a nice figure on the screen.
On the screen, yeah.
Oh, you mean he wears a...
Well, Mrs. Burns, I don't want to say positively. But the other day when I opened his dresser drawer, it caught on something and snapped shut.
No!
Yeah. Well, goodbye, Gracie. I'm going to the office.
Oh, wait, George. Mrs. Bundy has just told me about a man who's not going to vote for Gordon Case.
For what?
Well, if there's one, there must be more. I'll bet there are plenty of people who'd vote for you if they were only exposed to your personality.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. All you have to do is go from house to house and smoke them out. And you're just a little smudge pot who can do it.
Oh, thanks. Hello, folks.
Oh, you're just in time to go along with us, Phil.
Oh, really? Where are you going?
On a house-to-house campaign for George.
Where do you think you'll have any luck?
Oh, sure. Mrs. Bundy already knows one man who'll support him.
Well, that's a switch. A man supporting George.
Well, come on, boys. We won't rest until we've sold George Burns for councilman.
Gracie, I'll handle this myself. You gotta be brief and to the point. No beating around the bush.
Yeah?
Are you interested in politics?
Yeah?
Are you interested in who becomes councilman, George Burns or Gordon Case?
Yeah?
Well, I'm George Burns.
Well, I'm Gordon Case.
Let's go home, Gracie.
Oh, no, wait, George. Mrs. Bundy said that Ray Milan lives next door to Gordon Case and that they don't get along, so we're bound to get a good reception here at Mr. Milan's house.
Okay. Yes?
Oh, hello, Mr. Milan. Mr. Milan, you don't want to see Gordon Case elected councilman, do you?
I should say not. I'd rather see a moron in office.
Oh, no. You see, George, I knew he'd support you.
I'm George Burns, Mr. Milan. I'm running against Gordon Case in the election.
Well, come in.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you really feel strongly about Mr. Case, don't you?
You said it. Why, I'd rather vote I'd rather vote for your husband.
Oh, thanks. And if I'm elected, I'll do my best. I'll clean up the city.
Case thinks he's got so much sex appeal.
Well, if I'm elected, I'll do my best. I'll give this city a clean...
Case. Why, I'd rather see a baboon in office.
Well, if I'm elected, I'll do my best. I'll give the city a clean...
Gordon Case.
Mr. Milan, you're not listening.
Huh?
Wouldn't you like to know how I stand?
Oh, yes. That's been puzzling me ever since your wife had drove me around.
Well, now, Mr. Milan, we need your help to win this election.
Well, what can I do?
Well, now, for one thing, George seems to have trouble getting the women's vote. Maybe you could give him a hint.
Well, maybe I can. Now, let's see. Come here, George. Now, I'll show you how I'd ask a woman to vote for me. I'd take her hand. Here, give me a hand. I'd look into her eyes like this, and I'd say, oh, darling. Darling, I need your help. Will you vote for me?
Oh, yes, right, of course.
Well, thank you, Mr. Milan. George had better be going now if he expects to visit every voter in this district before election.
Is that how he's trying to get votes?
Uh-huh. Is there a better way?
Why, certainly. Put him on the radio.
Oh, say, that's an idea. And television will be here any minute.
Yes, there's not a moment to lose.
Oh, this is a wonderful idea. The George Burns for Councilman program. We'll sell George over the air just like he was a liver pill. Or a rebuilt second-hand car. I'll go and get the script then.
Yeah, I know the guy who manages the local station. I'll go arrange for the time.
Well, what do I do?
Well, you're the product, George. What do products do?
Well, let's drop him in the water and listen to him says.
never mind.
And we'll see you at the station tonight, Mr. Milan. And thanks for helping us get George elected.
I'd do anything to get even with Gordon Cates. Why, I'd rather see a weasel in office. If I'm elected, I'll do my best. It Had to Be You from the picture show business, George and Gracie, Felix Mills and the orchestra, salute Eddie Cantor on his 35th anniversary in the theatrical profession. And here's Jimmy Cash to sing it for you. Jimmy?
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found that somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you.
Several hours later, and we take you to the radio station, where the George Burns for Councilman program, written by Gracie, is about to take the air. We're on the air in 15 seconds, folks.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Announcer.
No, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. I've been an announcer for years. Yes. Yes. Just be calm, very calm. Sure. Presenting the George Burns for Second Assistant Substitute City Councilman for the 3rd District program. Featuring Mrs. George Burns, Ray Milland, Felix Mills and his orchestra, and yours truly, Glenn Hall Taylor. We bring you comedy, drama, and music. But first, a word about our product, George Burns. With men who know politicians best, it's George Burns. Who's he?
Don't be fooled by imitations. The original George Burns comes in a shiny blue serge suit with padding in the shoulders.
Let's put him in office. Our slogan is, let's start, get George going.
LSGGG.
Let's start, get George going.
LSGGG.
Don't forget the name, George Burns.
Spelled backwards, it's much harder to pronounce.
Remember, his name is George Burns.
No other candidate can make that claim.
And now you will hear the voice of George Burns himself. Thank you. If I'm elected... Lovely voice, hasn't he? Well, we're on with the show. And And now we bring you an episode of your favorite radio serial, Just Plain John's Other Wife Can Be Beautiful Backstage. We take you now to the home of John and his wife, a typical, happy, wholesome American couple whose simple little problems are just like your simple little problems or my simple little problems, or the simple little problems of the simple little family that lives in the simple little house next door.
Oh, would you like more coffee, simple little John?
Thank you, dear. Where is Bertram, our son?
He won't be here. The police arrested him for murder.
Really? Whom did he kill?
His fiancée.
Oh, too bad. They'd have made such a charming couple.
I wonder if Bertram will get the hot seat.
Yes, I wonder.
Was there any mail this morning, dear?
Only a letter from Chloe, our daughter. She's married to a soldier.
Oh, such an impulsive child. Just yesterday she married a sailor.
No. No, that was a Marine, dear. The sailor was day before yesterday.
I wonder if she'll ever settle down.
Yes, I wonder. Darling, this coffee tastes a bit peculiar.
I know. I'm afraid I made a silly mistake and filled a sugar bowl with arsenic.
Oh. Well, you really should wear glasses, dear. I wonder if we'll be able to reach the doctor before the arsenic is fatal.
Yes, I wonder.
Well, will Bertram get the hot seat? Will Chloe settle down? Will John and his wife reach a doctor in time? You'd like to know, wouldn't you? Well, if you don't vote for George Burns, we won't tell you, so there.
Naturally, before you vote for him, you want to hear George Burns' record. So here he is in person to tell you about it.
Thank you.
Well, but George Burns' record speaks for itself. Let's listen as his record speaks.
G-E-O-R-G spells George so close for him, it's small or large before he's under lock and key. The G-E-O-R-G.
And now, on with the show. Mystery, suspense, action. It's Crime Busters. Listen carefully as we show you how officers of the law, working step by careful step, solve the case of the Eagle Rock Bank robbery.
Oh!
That man is now in prison for life. Crime does not pay.
But it's no crime to vote for George Burns. Do it on Election Day and do it often.
And now a word from our candidate. Friends, and that word reveals his whole lovable character. On with the show! Are you tired, run down, logy? Do you have saggy shoulders and tattletale tummy? Then vote for George Burns. He's your type of man.
Hey, what's going on here?
Quiet, Bill. We're on the air.
Out? Well, okay. Just let me say hello to my friend Ray Milland, will you, George? Hi, Ray.
How are you, Bill?
Ray, I sure enjoyed that Lady in the Dark.
You did?
Yeah, send me another one sometime. On with the show! We bring you now 15 minutes of uninterrupted recorded music with Ray, the night watchman.
Thank you. Yes, sir. 15 minutes of solid music. No commercials. No talk about politics. Just music. This number is dedicated to Hal and Jesse, who announced their engagement on the same day that George Burns announced that he would run for second assistant councilman from the 3rd District.
And also to Mr. and Mrs. Conway, prominent citizens of the 3rd District, where George Burns is running for second assistant councilman.
And to Oscar Brodney, conductor of the Crosstown Trolley, which runs past the house of George Burns, candidate for second assistant councilman from the 3rd District.
And to Mr. and Mrs. Lewis, who recently became the parents of a baby girl, which was kissed by George Burns during his campaign for the office of second assistant councilman.
And now, back to the music.
You have just heard 15 minutes of uninterrupted music presented by Ray the Night Watchman and sponsored by the George Burns for Councilman Committee.
And now our candidate will outline his political platform.
Well, if I'm elected...
If he says, get on with the show! How does the man on the street feel about voting for George Burns? For the answer to that question, we turn you over to Gracie, our inquiring reporter.
Thank you. Beside me at the microphone is the man I found in the street. Tell me, sir. Tell me, who are you going to vote for?
Who am I going to vote for? Good old Alf Lander, that's all.
Oh, but Alfred Landon isn't running.
Isn't running? How do you like that? Leave the convention for 2 minutes and they switch candidates on you. On with the show! On with the show!
You are listening to the George Burns for Second Assistant Substitute City Councilman from the 3rd District program. And now the entire remainder of this hour will be turned over to Mr. Burns for his campaign speech.
Fellow citizens, 12 o'clock Pacific Win the Wartime. And this station now leaves the air. The George Burns for Councilman program was a paid political broadcast and did not necessarily express the views of this station. In fact, we think George Burns is a jerk. What? And now we're signing off. This is station KGC, owned and operated by Gordon Cates. Good night.
Tonight, our young tenor, Jimmy Cash, sings the romantic ballad, Speak Low. Sing low, James.
Speak low when you speak low. Our summer day withers away. Too soon, speak low. When you speak love, our moment is swift, like ships adrift. We're swept apart too soon. Speak low, darling, speak low. Love is a spark lost in the dark. Too soon, I feel wherever I go that tomorrow is near, tomorrow is here, and always too soon. I'm old and love so brief. Love is pure gold and time a thief. We'll age, darling, we'll age. The curtain descends, everything ends. Too soon, I wait, darling, I wait. Will you speak low to me, speak love to me, and so.
Here they are, George and Gracie. Gracie, I've got a thrill for you. Next week, our guest star is going to be Lawrence Tibbett.
Lawrence Tibbett. He sings, doesn't he?
And how? He's one of the greatest singers in the world.
As good as you?
Oh, honey, you can't compare me with Lawrence Tibbett. I can't hit those deep, low notes like Tibbett. He brings them right up from his diaphragm.
Where's that?
The diaphragm is right below your chest.
Oh, well, then you ought to be able to bring up the lowest notes in the world from down there where your chest is located.
Take it easy, take it easy. Don't you know it's more romantic when a dance is slow? Take it easy, take it easy. What's the good of feeling high when all the lights are low? Take your time, dance it with ease. Take your time, slow as you please. Take it easy, we've got lots of time ahead of us, the night is young. Hey, take it easy! Don't you know this music should be swayed instead of swung? but run, but jump. Take it easy, take it easy. If you don't, I fear that our romance will hit a bump. Don't you know it's time for romance when the music's sweet? You could really try to make your heart control your beat. Take it easy, take your time.
Kingfish's wife, Sapphire, is all agog this morning. There was a letter in the mail from an old girlfriend of hers now living in California with her husband, inviting Sapphire and the Kingfish to come out and spend the summer with them. Sapphire is just telling the Kingfish the news.
So George, Gladys, Hop, and her husband are inviting us to come out to California for 3 months and live at their house, eat at their house, give parties for us, and show us all the sights. Ain't that some invitation, George?
Yeah, but you think them cheapskates would have the decency to send us to transportation?
Oh, don't be silly. Just think, 3 months in California. If we like it, we might even live out there. You know, they say out in California people stay young.
Yeah, well, what's the matter with New York? You've been 35 for the past 12 years.
George, you're impossible. When I think of Gladys Harper out in California with a nice husband, a beautiful home, and everything, you know, I could have married that Harold Harper myself. When he lived in New York, he proposed to me before he did Gladys.
He did, huh?
Yeah, but then it didn't look like he was ever going to amount to nothing, and Mama told me to wait. To wait till I could marry some man that was smart, shrewd, and ambitious.
And then I come along.
Yes, and I decided not to wait.
Yeah.
But about this invitation, George, I wouldn't have to buy no clothes because I got a few summer things from last year.
Hey, what is you talking about going? We just got $90 saved up for our vacation. We can't get out to California and back on that.
George Stevens, don't you want a vacation, too?
Certainly I do, but let me...
Well, George, you better find some way to raise that fare, and I mean every word I'm saying. I was never more serious, and I'm telling you right now, right to your face, that if you don't raise the fare to California, I ain't going to talk to you all summer.
You know, that might be the nicest vacation I ever had. Well, that's the story, Henry, and my wife insists on me raising the fare to California.
Well, I understand it's beautiful out there. My society friend, Mr. J. Wadsworth Van Pelt, takes his family out to the coast every summer.
That must cost him a pile of money.
On the contrary, it don't. You see, Wadsworth has got a dear friend in the trucking business, and him and his family always go out with a load of furniture.
Yeah, well, they get there all right, huh?
Yes, but of course, they've got their little problems, too. They always have to find a load with a piano in it so the children won't miss their practicing.
Well, the thing
Wait a minute. Here comes Lightning.
Oh, excuse me, Brother Kingfish. This telegram come from Mr. Andy, but he ain't around no place. Might be reporting.
Well, open it up, Lightning, and read it.
Yeah. It's just Andrew Brown. Say, your raffle ticket number 1578 won first prize in the annual Jersey City Businessmen's Club raffle. Our representative will call on you to arrange delivery of the prize, a brand new 1948 Plymouth Roadster. It's signed the awards committee.
Andy won a Plymouth Roadster?
No, me, the lucky stiff. If only I was the one that won that, me and Sapphire could wait a minute. Look, Lightning, take that telegram and burn it up and don't say nothing to nobody about it, especially Andy. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble. Now, get on out of here.
Yeah, I'll whiz right on out.
Kingfish, if I follow you correct, he was about to sing, California, Here I Come.
Now, look, Henry, old pal, if I can just get that raffle ticket away from Andy, me and my wife can drive out there. Let's see, Andy don't know that he's won the thing yet.
Yes, but it ain't going to be easy getting that raffle ticket away from him. After all, he paid his good money for it.
Wait a minute. Good money. Suppose he paid bad money, Henry. I got an angle. I'll convince Andy that he passed a counterfeit dollar bill when he bought the ticket.
Kingfish, you was as good as on your way. If you get stuck with luggage, I got a couple of nice suitcases.
Oh, leather suitcases?
Well, they look like leather, but they is really stimulated alligator.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just got to convince Andy that he done pass a counterfeit bill. Oh, I think I hear his flat feet sloshing down the hall now. Now I got to let him know in a subtle way that I is a T-man. Come in, Brown.
Hi, Kingfish. Hi. Say, what is that card with a big T on it you got stuck in your hatband?
Andy, I didn't mean for you to see that. I only wear that when I was alone.
Oh. Well, I didn't mean to buzz in on you when you had a T in your hat. I'll make believe I didn't see it if you want me to.
No, I might as well confess. Andy, I is a T-man, and you, Andrew H. Brown, is wanted by Uncle Sam.
Now, just a minute. They can't take me in the Army. I already served 3 years with the WPA.
And I is with the Treasury Department. Brown, you may now consider yourself under arrest. You was one of the most dangerous counterfeiters in the country.
Who, me?
Yeah, that's right. You bought a raffle ticket 3 months ago, and you paid for it with a counterfeit bill. Why did you do it, Andy? Who is you working with? Let me see the rest of the money you got in your pocket there.
Yeah, well, here's a $5 bill. That ain't counterfeit, is it? Look at that picture of Lincoln.
Let me get my magnifying glass on that. Mm-hmm. Making fives, too, huh?
What you mean?
Andy, that ain't Lincoln. That's Raymond Massey.
Well, anyway, Kingfish, I didn't make that counterfeit dollar. And besides, I ain't got no more. I only passed one.
Andy, the government don't care whether you was a manufacturer, wholesaler, or retailer. They got you.
No, me.
Andy, before I slips the handcuffs on you, let me give you some advice. You picked a bad time, Andy, to start counterfeiting. Counterfeiting dollars is on the way out because of the high cost of raw materials.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, they has figured it out that it costs $1.25 to make a counterfeit dollar bill. There just ain't no money in money these days.
Well, this is a mess.
Well, I guess I'll get on the telephone and call headquarters.
Wait a minute here. What can I do to get out of this jam, Kingfish? Couldn't you tell him that I is just an overage juvenile delinquent?
Wait a minute. Tell you what. You was my pal, and I want to help you. Give me the raffle ticket that you bought with the phony dollar, and I think I can fix things with you so you ain't got to go to jail.
Oh, Kingfish, you was a true friend.
That's okay, Andy, but don't tell nobody, because, well, if they find out that I use my influence for a friend, the head of the T-men, Sir Thomas Lipton, will fire me and take away my T-shirt.
You know, Kingfish, I just happen to remember I left that raffle ticket in my gray pinstripe suit that I sent over to the Amsterdam Avenue shelter where the bums go to get old clothes. I always gives them my suit.
Holy smoke. Without that raffle ticket, Andy, I can't do nothing for you. I tell you what, I'll think of something. You go on home.
Okay, Kingfish. Call me when you decide what to do. So long.
So long, Andy. Well, hello there, Shorty. How's the barbering business?
Oh, hi, Kingfish. Business has been so wonderful. The money is just rolling. I got more customers than I know what to... Yeah, that is... You got... I lose my shirt.
Well, now, look, Shorty. Andy done won a brand new Plymouth Roadster on a raffle ticket. And he done left the ticket in the pocket of an old suit, and he done sent over to the Amsterdam Avenue shelter. Now, I can't figure out how to get the thing back.
Well, that's no problem, Kingfish. Just take Andy down to the shelter and represent him as a deserving man that needs a suit. The day is always glad to help somebody that's down and out.
Yeah, that's just what I'll do. That's just what I'll do.
You know, Kingfish, I've been trying raffles for years, and I ain't never won a single thing except once. I had a feeling, too, that I was going to get it that day. Yeah, there I stood with a ticket in my hand as the man reached down. He pulled out the number, and it was 605. I looked at the number I had there in my hand, and that was 605. Everybody ran over and congratulated me and slapped me on the back. It was really exciting.
That is great, Shorty. What did you get?
I got a completely furnished eight-room house. I got a brand new 8-cylinder motor. It was a 32-foot cabin cruiser, a stove, a refrigerator. 4 years in the Army.
Now, listen, Anna, before we go into the shelter here, You say the suit you give him was a gray pinstripe suit?
Yeah, I'll know the thing as soon as I see it.
Okay, now, I'll tell the man that you was just out of jail. Then as soon as we gets the suit we was looking for, we'll take the raffle ticket out and then send the suit back.
Okay, let's go in. Hey, there's the man coming over to us now, Kingfish.
Oh, how do you do, man? My name is Jackson. Can I be of service to you?
Yes, Miss Jackson, thank you. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I is George Stevens, and this here is a deserving bum, Andy Brown.
Good. I meet many men in your condition, Mr. Brown.
Likewise.
You see, Miss Jackson, I happen to be a wealthy philanthropist, and while I was out today, walking down the street, I was smoking a big Havana cigar, took a couple of puffs off the thing, as I got a little tired of it, and I tossed it in the gutter and it landed on Mr. Brown's head here.
You mean to say that he was lying in the gutter?
Yeah, but I jumped up as soon as the cigar burned me.
Then when Mr. Brown here told me a sad story, I decided that he deserved help.
Well, Mr. Stevens, although Mr. Brown is entirely welcome here, why didn't you, as a philanthropist, help him yourself?
Yeah, Kingfish, why didn't you do that?
I retired from the racket about 5 years ago. You see, my heart couldn't stand the sad stories, and I ain't been able to philamp no more. That's the way it is.
Mr. Brown, what was the cause of your downfall?
Well,
you see, Miss Jackson, he was just decommissioned from prison, and he needs a suit.
The one I was wearing, you see, I borrowed from Mr. Stevens here, my benefactor.
You mean to say that you haven't got a suit to your name?
No, sir. On the day I was released, the warden gave me $10 and put me out in my underwear.
Well, I can't understand a warden releasing a man without a suit.
Well, the warden had a lot of confidence in my ability. He thought that before the day was over, I'd be able to steal one, you see.
You know, I ought to report that warden to the authorities.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't antagonize the jail official, Mr. Jackson. Brown here will no doubt just be back in there pretty soon. He's liable to make it tough on him, you see what I mean?
While you were in prison, Mr. Brown, did they work you pretty hard?
Oh, yes, sir. They worked, but he was in the jute mill.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't easy making them jute boxes, neither.
I wonder if you'd tell me the nature of your crime, Mr. Brown.
They accused my friend here of prefabricated murder. You see, he shot an innocent bystander on the street.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault that I shot him, though. I was aiming at the cop.
Well, Mr. Brown, the shelter is always happy to help a poor soul in need, regardless of his past. And if you just step over here, I'll let you have a suit.
Come on. What are you showing this year in gray pinstripes, Miss Jackson?
Well, I'm afraid that Mr. Brown will have to take them as they come. Now, here's a blue serge suit. Try the pants on, Mr. Brown. If they fit, you'll have to take it.
Yeah. The seat of these blue serge pants look like they've been Simonized.
I am sure that the suit will fit you perfectly. You can't possibly find anything wrong with that outfit.
Well, so much for the business suit. Now, what can you show him in a sporty gray ensemble to wear at the pool room?
But you see, Mr. Stevens... pardon me, man. Somebody else just came in.
Yeah, sir. Hey, Kingfish. There's the pinstripe suit right there that I sent over here, see it?
Yeah, come on, quick. Let's get the ticket out of the pocket.
Yeah, here. Here's the ticket. Here it is.
Oh, good. Give it to me. Lucky for you we found it, Andy. Now I better rush over to the tea department and see what I can do about killing the counterfeit charges against you. So long, Andy, and keep your fingers crossed. Well, now that I got the raffle ticket from Andy, I can just see me and Sapphire driving across the country to California in our new Plymouth Roadster. Hello?
Hello. This is Mr. Wilson of the Jersey City Raffle Committee. I'd like to speak to Mr. Andrew H. Brown.
Speaking.
Mr. Brown, as you know from our telegram, you won the raffle. And we would like to make the presentation this Saturday night at our regular meeting at Ajax Hall. Naturally, we want to get as much publicity out of the event as possible. So will you be there in person?
Yes, Miss Wilson. I'll be there. Thanks for calling.
Oh, goodbye, Mr. Brown.
Oh, me. There's going to be some publicity on this thing. I got to find some way to keep Andy from finding out what I was doing. Well, hiya there, Stonewall. Can I see you a minute?
Yeah, come in, Kingfish. I feel kind of blue today. Just had a fight with my best friend. And all over the question of ethics.
Ethics, sir? What happened?
Well, you see, this fella come to me and say he thought the girl he was engaged to was interested in another fella, see? And he wanted me to help him get the goods on her.
Oh, he did, huh?
Yeah, he wanted to tap her telephone wires and listen to her phone conversations. But as a lawyer, I told him that was underhanded and contrary to the concepts of fair play.
Yeah.
But without telling me, he went right ahead and done it anyway. And he heard some very mushy conversation.
I see what you mean there. And you two split up because he disregarded your advice.
No, he recognized my voice.
What I come to see you about, Andy had the winning ticket on a 1948 Plymouth Roadster in a raffle. Now, I had already got the ticket from him, but now I done run into a Stonewall. Stonewall?
Yeah. Well, what's the trouble?
They're going to award the car at a meeting in Jersey City with a lot of publicity, and I'm afraid Andy going to find out about it and going to ruin the whole thing for me.
Well, the thing to do is get Andy out of town till you get the car for yourself. That way he'll never be any wiser.
Get Andy out of town, huh?
Oh, yeah. You know, if I was you, Kingfish, I'd send him on a boat trip to some place like Cuba, you know. That way he couldn't change his mind and come back unexpectedly. You know?
Stonewall, you got a great idea there. Sapphire and me is practically on our way to California.
You know, I had a client once who was in a lot of prisons out there in California.
Yeah.
He finally went in for life, but he worked out a perfect plan to escape. Yeah, you see, he knew that Alcatraz was entirely surrounded by water. See?
Yeah.
He said to himself, now, if he just gets to the top of the wall and dive off, everything will be all right.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so he waited. He waited for a dark night, see, when most of the guards was at supper. He broke out of his cell, scampered up the wall, and dove to 60 feet. Halfway down, he realized his mistake.
What was that?
He forgot he'd been transferred to San Quentin.
Well, now I got to get Andy on that boat to Cuba. I'll tell them that they just discovered oil down there. Oh, yeah, come now. I'll get on the phone here.
Hi, Kingfish.
Excuse me, brother. Andy, just talking long distance on the phone here to Cuba.
Oh.
What was that you were saying there, Signor Corona? Yeah, well, I'll keep the whole thing quiet. We don't want to have no international reconcussion. Yeah, well, I'll talk to you later, Signor. Say hello to Signorita and all the little Signorettes. Thank you very much. And a happy Babaloo and a Hasta Banana to you. Goodbye.
Kingfish, what you doing talking long distance to Cuba?
Well, the thing is supposed to be confidential, Andy, but I guess I can tell you. There's discovered oil in Cuba.
Cuba, huh?
Oh, yeah, squirting out all over the ground, all over the town. Yeah, just like them big geezers in Yellowstone Park did. Why, in one place, the stuff overflowed and dumped billions of gallons of oil into the Gulf Stream.
Oil in the Gulf Stream, huh?
Oh, yeah, last week, the Queen Mary tried to dock at Havana, hit the Gulf Stream, and skidded halfway to Brazil.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess the people in Cuba is making a fortune, huh?
Oh, yeah, Henry, if it wasn't my job as a team hand with the government, I'd be right down in Havana myself.
Well, you know something? If it didn't take a lot of money to drill for oil, I'd get down there, too. But you need too much expensive equipment.
Oh, not in Cuba, Andy. The oil is too close to the surface. Why, look at the way it was discovered down there by accident.
Yeah? How's that?
Doing a baseball game down there, a fella slid for a base with his spiked shoes on and brung in 3 gushes between second and third. It was the first time in history that a game was called on account of oil.
Well, tell me, how much money you think I could make in oil down there?
Well, in the oil business, Andy, you'll make a lot of gloves.
What is gloves, Kingfish?
Well, you know when you pour oil out of a jug, how it goes, glub, 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 glub.
Yeah?
Well, at the current rate of exchange, 5 of them gloves is worth $40 in American money.
You mean if somebody gets a job down there, he gets paid off in oil?
Oh, yeah. The average workman gets 6 gloves a day with a glove and a half overtime. Yeah. Or when they mix the payroll out in Cuba, the noise is deafening down there.
Well, tell me this. Is there any good-looking gals down there?
Oh, plenty of good-looking gals, Anna. See one on the street, you just say, Tico, Tico to you, mademoiselle. She'll Tico right back. And the next thing, you two will be in some swanky restaurant splitting a cucaracha.
Well, do they dance down there?
Oh, yes. You just in time for the annual petroleum festival, the Oily Gras. They have that down there.
Well, listen, Kingfish, I'd like to go down there, but my money is tied up, and I can't afford to take that trip.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Andy. I've got $90 here that me and Sapphire has been saving for a vacation.
Yeah.
I'll give you this for your round-trip ticket to Cuba, and if you discover oil, we'll split 50-50.
Well, that's fair enough. That sounds like a fair proposition. I'll go.
Now, don't blab it around. Now, look, Andy. There's a boat that's leaving tonight. I'll go down to the pier now and get your ticket.
Okay.
Come in, Amos. I'm just leaving. Well, see you later, Kingfish.
Yeah, come on in, Amos. Come in here.
What's new, Andy?
Well, I'm making a trip to a secret place, and all I can tell you is that it's Cuba.
Cuba? What is you talking about?
Amos, I'm going to get me a cute-looking cucaracha with spiked shoes and split an old geezer at the Oily Gras. You know that?
Is you really going down there, Andy?
Oh, sure. Of course, I got to learn the Cuban language. I know 2 words already. Glub, glub.
What does that mean?
$40 in American money.
Just tell me one thing, Andy. Where'd you get the money for this trip anyway?
Well, Amos, the Kingfish is paying my fare. He done give me $90.
Well, then it's all right for you to go. This is the first time I ever heard of that Kingfish doing anything like that.
Yeah, well, in case I don't see you again, Amos, wish me a bum voyage. And you'll hear from me. When I get down there, I'll drop you a mademoiselle.
And now, fellow members of the Jersey City Businessmen's Club, on behalf of the award committee, I'd like to present to you the holder of the winning ticket in our recent raffle, Mr. Andrew J. Brown.
Thank you. Yes, that's me, all right. Andrew Brown. That's me. Yes, I sure was Andrew Brown.
And now, Mr. Brown, it is my extreme pleasure to present you with the first prize in our raffle, a new 1948 Plymouth Roaster, big enough to roast a 25-pound turkey.
The Columbia Broadcasting System presents a new comedy.
My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane, with John Brown as Al and Leif Erikson as Richard.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
My name is Jane Stacy. I'm one of thousands of working girls in this country who, for reasons of economy and the desire for companionship, live with a roommate. My roommate is Irma Peterson. You couldn't want to meet a sweeter and more generous person. Irma will lend you a nylon, she'll lend you her perfume, she'll lend you her money. You know, by the way she acts at times when I'm convinced that she's loaned her mind to someone? For instance, the other day I was reading the newspaper and I said, Irma, look at this. A man is going over Niagara Falls in a barrel. And Irma said, gee, if you felt that way, why'd you get married in the first place? She didn't even go to college. But Irma, strangely, is the least of my problems. Right now I'm involved in that fascinating feminine version of fishing. I got the man I love on the hook, and I don't know how to land him. See, wouldn't it be wonderful? Instead of just being his secretary, I'd be Mrs. Richard Rhinelander III. Irma. Yes, Jane? Look at this society page. Richard's family is all over it. His mother was guest at a luncheon. His Aunt Cornelia was given a tea by the Ladies' Auxiliary. His father was present at a dinner given in his honor.
Well, no wonder they have so much money they never have to buy their own food.
Oh, Irma, it all looks pretty hopeless. Gee, Jane, honey, don't be so depressed. Oh, I can't help it. Frankly, I think I'm reaching for the stars. After all, I'm sure Richard's family wouldn't be crazy about the thought of their only son marrying a girl who works. Well, that's easy to overcome. How? Quit your job. Oh, Irma. Honey, I've got to figure something out.
Well, I'm glad Al and I have no such worries. You see, ours is a perfect arrangement.
How do you mean?
Well, we have no financial problems. Our relationship is very simple. I have Al, and Al has me, and we both have nothing.
Well, I'm too busy to argue the point, so I'll just go along with you. Come in. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Jane. I've got to talk to you. Will you excuse us, Irma?
Oh, certainly, I understand. Couples like privacy. Gee, you should see how furious Al gets when the cops say move along.
Richard, you seem so upset. What is it?
Jane, I couldn't wait until I saw you. There's something we must discuss. Now, here, read this Broadway column.
Now, let me see it. What young society stockbroker was seen with what young secretary at what nightclub on what evening? Well, Richard, what's passing? 3 out of 4?
Jane, I'm not concerned with just this item. Now, it's the general idea that my family detests cheap publicity or notoriety. And if there's anything that would kill our chances of getting married, it would be that.
Oh, but Richard, remember me? I'm just a poor working girl. How'd I get my name in the paper? Who knows from Jane Stacy?
Well, Jane, I just want you to be doubly careful. Now, remember, no publicity of any kind.
Oh, Richard, I promise. And believe me, I'll keep my name out of the newspaper if I have to die anonymously.
Can we come in?
Oh, sure. Come on in.
Look, Jane, it's Al.
Hi, Al.
Hello, Al. Say, why do you look so upset?
Got business worries. Was just informed I only got 2 more weeks before my unemployment insurance runs out.
Well, Al, you can always get a job, can't you?
Kitty, I came up here to be comforted, not insulted.
Well, Irma can comfort you. Richard and I have our own problems.
Yes, come on, Jane. We'll discuss it over a cocktail.
Okay, fine. So long, Al. Be back soon, honey.
What do you mean, problems? Has Jane got trouble?
Well, I think so, Al. You see, Richard's family have their names all over the society page. They're rich and social, and they know all the people in the horsey set. Poor Jane, she doesn't even know any horses in the people set.
You know, Chicken, I like Janie, and I hate to see her lose a swell guy like Richard.
But, Al, how can we prevent it?
Only one way. We got to get Jane some sensational publicity.
Publicity?
Why, certainly. Richard's family gets publicity on the society page. We'll get Jane's name on the front page. That'll put her in solid with the family. Solve everything.
But how can we do that, Al?
We need help.
From who?
There's only one man who can help us.
Oh, who, Al?
Who but... Hello, Joe. Al, got a problem. How can I get publicity for a girl? No good, Joe. Yeah, I know what it did for Lady Godiva, but they got traffic cops nowadays. What else? Great. Gotcha. Irma got just the thing. Hand me that Daily Gazette.
Well, here, Al.
Let me see. Oh, here we are. Daily Gazette Bathing Beauty Contest. Girls, your chance for fame and fortune. Mail in a picture of yourself in a bathing suit to Miss McHugh, contest editor of the Daily Gazette. Married women are ineligible.
Ineligible? That's a lie. I've talked to many married women, and I can understand every word they say.
Please, chick. Now, this is what we do. We send in Jane's picture and enter her in the beauty contest.
Jane in a beauty contest?
Why, certainly, honey. Can you imagine the expression on Richard's family's face when they open up the paper and see Jane's picture in a bathing suit?
Oh, Al, that's wonderful. And Jane's so pretty. I know she'll win, and then after she wins, she'll become a big Hollywood star.
Could be. Jane may even win an Academy Award. And she'll bring an Oscar home.
Oh, Al, we're doing the wrong thing.
Why?
If she brings Oscar home, Richard will walk out as sure as you're born.
Chicken, Oscar is a statue. Now, get out that picture album. We've got to find a great picture of Jane.
Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Tell me, what are you doing with that picture album?
Oh, we're trying to find a picture to enter in a beauty contest.
Picture in a beauty contest? Beauty is not found in pictures. Beauty is found in the trees, the birds, the flowers. What's that picture there?
That's Irma in a bathing suit.
You know something? I've been wasting too much time in the woods. Al, you are a lucky man. Beauty in a woman is such a priceless thing. In my youth, I searched the continent for a perfect woman. Finally, I found her. She was gorgeous. A perfect face, perfect figure. I was broken up for days.
Why?
Her husband was a wrestler. He broke me up for days. Tell me, does Jane know you are putting her in beauty contest?
Oh, no, she doesn't. You see, Professor, we always like to help Jane with her problems.
Hey, you know, Chicken, there isn't one decent picture of Jane in this album. But there's a great one of you in a bathing suit.
What are you going to do, Al?
We're going to send in your picture and write Jane Stacy's name under it.
Oh, but Al, that could lead to trouble. What if my picture is in the paper and someone falls in love with me? They'll have to ask my father for Jane's hand.
Chicken, we're doing a noble thing. Now write Jane Stacy on the bottom of your picture and put it in that envelope.
Well, okay. Shall I enclose the picture?
Well, certainly.
You still got room. You could enclose the bathing suit.
Say, Professor Crow, the contest closes at 5 o'clock, and this has got to be in the mail. Would you drop it in the mailbox?
Certainly. It's a pleasure to deal with people like you. Goodbye.
Isn't it a nice feeling doing things for your friends? I bet if Jane knew what we were doing for her, she'd go out of her mind.
Yeah. There's nothing like doing a good deed. You know, Chicken, I feel like a Boy Scout. How about a kiss before I go?
Certainly, honey.
What are you laughing at?
No Boy Scout ever kissed like that.
I got the world on a string. Good morning.
Hi, Jane. Gee, you sound happy.
I just left Richard, and it was wonderful. He was so attentive. You know, I may be counting my chickens prematurely, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he pops the question.
What do you think he's going to ask you?
Chicken, pops the question is a standard phrase. It's used to signify the dying words of a single man.
Oh, Jane, darling, you mean you and Richard?
Oh, no, not yet, honey, but it looks encouraging.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Irma said you had the blues about the guy.
Oh, that. Well, Al, some columnist hinted about Richard and me in the newspaper, and if there's anything that could kill my chances with him and his family, it would be any kind of publicity.
Yeah, well, Irma and I were thinking along...
Of course, I have nothing to worry about because I have no more chance of getting publicity than the Queen of Sheba. Right, Irma?
Yes, Your Majesty.
What's going on with you two? Why are you looking at each other like that?
Can't help it. We're in love.
Yes, with each other.
Then why are you staring like that?
We don't trust each other.
Well, I only hope that whatever the two of you have been up to doesn't concern me. I gotta wash my hair, so I leave you with 2 words. Goodbye.
Oh, Chicken, we're in a lot of trouble. But we can still pull out. I'll tell you what to do. We got to stop the presses. You got to go down to the Daily Gazette and talk to the editor.
Well, what'll I say?
Say anything. And if you have to, because it's an emergency, flirt with him. Even sit on his lap if you have to, but stop those presses.
Oh, well, that's silly. If I sit on his lap, that won't stop the presses. It'll just increase his circulation.
And now, between the acts of My Friend Irma, it's the Sportsman Quartet and their novel arrangement of If It Isn't Love.
What we've got to tell you is entirely confidential at this moment. A secret, we've got a little secret. secret, a secret, a secret kind of secret. We're aching for to shout it to every daffodil and tell the world about it. In fact, we think we will. If this isn't love, the whole world is crazy. If this isn't love, I'm daft as a daisy.
With moons all around and cows jumping over.
And cows are jumping all over. There's something amiss, and we'll eat our hats if this isn't love. With an apple on top of William's bell.
With this I cannot grapple.
Because you're so adorable. If this isn't love,
then winter is summer.
Autumn, spring, and fall. If this isn't love,
my heart needs a plumber.
And that isn't all. We're swinging on stars. We're riding on rainbows. We're busting with bliss. And we'll kiss your hand if this isn't love.
Along Fifth Avenue, window shopping, daydreaming about becoming Mrs. Richard Rhinelander III. I can just see our wedding day. Irma will be maid of honor, and best man will be Al. On second thought, maybe we better elope. The best man has to carry the ring, and I don't want a pawn ticket put on my finger. They're awful cute, and I love them. Best friends I have in the world. Always trying to help.
Oh, stop crying, chicken.
Oh, Al, what'll we do about Jane? It'll be so embarrassing for her and Richard when her name appears in the paper. We've got to keep it out. Don't you know any big shots?
Oh, yeah. But they're all on probation. Oh. Hello? Huh? Daily Gazette? What's that? Jane Stacy has qualified for the finals at Atlantic City? But listen, mister. Oh, chicken, we're trapped. We got to think of how to get Jane out of trouble. Let's think.
I'll try.
Thought of anything yet, chicken?
No, but I'm thinking.
Atta girl. Keep trying. How you doing, chicken?
I think I'm getting a little closer.
Keep trying, honey. Got any thoughts yet, honey?
Al?
What?
Would you mind repeating the question?
Oh. Wait a minute, chicken. I think I got the answer to our dilemma. I just remembered. This contest is for single girls. We'll tell them Jane is married. She'll be disqualified and they won't print the picture.
Oh, that's wonderful, Al.
I'll get them on the phone. Hello, Daily Gazette. Give me the department that's in charge of the bathing beauty contest. Here, chicken, you talk to them. I'll tell you what to say.
Hello? Daily Gazette?
Tell them if they plaster that picture of you wearing a bathing suit in the newspaper, they'll wind up in court. So they better not print it.
If you print that picture of me in your bathing suit, I'll get plastered and wind up in court wearing a newspaper.
No, chicken.
No, chicken.
Tell them you just found out that the contest is for single girls, and you are married, have a husband who works, and you had 4 babies. So you should be automatically disqualified, and you're sorry.
I'm sorry. The contest is for single girls who should be disqualified because I've just found out that I'm a married woman with 4 husbands and a baby who works automatically.
Hold it, chicken.
Hold it, chicken.
I'll take it. Hello? Listen, Jane Stacy is married. Yeah, got 4 kids. On the level. Goodbye. It's all fixed, chicken. Jane won't get no unfavorable publicity. It's a closed chapter.
Oh, gee, Al, you're so wonderful. I don't know how to reward you.
Well, chicken, you know what little Al likes.
Oh, Al, you're so persistent. All right. go to the ice box and get a hard-boiled egg.
Well, I'm home. And I can't quite describe the scene of domestic bliss that greets my eyes. Al stretched out upon the sofa eating a hard-boiled egg. And Irma's at his feet picking up the shells. Now I know why Al calls her chicken. Irma's always good for a hard-boiled egg. But I don't like the expression on their faces. When the two of them get that angelic look, I know it's time to run for the hills. But I said, Irma.
Yes, Jane.
Did Richard call?
No.
Are you sure he didn't phone?
No, Jane, I didn't hear the phone ring. I know if he called, he'd have sense enough to ring the phone first.
Gee, I can't understand it. Come in. Hello, Richard. Richard, what's wrong? You're white and trembling.
Maybe he's hungry. Want a hard-boiled egg, Richard?
Jane, look at this newspaper.
Newspaper? Jane Stacy, contestant in Atlantic City Beauty Contest, eliminated upon disclosure that she is married and the mother of 4 children. Me?
Well, finish my lunch. Think I'll be running along.
You stay right where you are, Al. Richard, surely you don't believe 4 children? Why, it's ridiculous. I haven't even left the house.
Now, Jane, certainly I don't believe it, but my family read the papers. Now, how will I explain? What will I say?
Well, just say that Jane isn't married and the children are 4 typographical errors.
Better call home and try to catch them before they read the newspapers and explain things to them.
Yes, Richard, that's a wonderful idea.
Hello, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad, I read 4 children. What? The morning edition said 5. Oh, no, it's only 4. Oh, I mean... Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother. Yes, Auntie. All right, Jeeves. Well, you know what this means.
You have 5 phones in the house.
Oh, be still, Irma.
Jane, I don't know how I'll explain this to my folks. I don't know how we get into these things. Every time I'm with you, something happens.
But, Richard,
There's no point in this talking, Jane. I'd better rush home and see what I do. Bye.
My, it's quiet.
Just the calm before the storm. Irma Peterson, what have you and that fugitive from an honest living been up to?
Oh, Jane, I didn't mean anything. Honest, I thought you wanted publicity, so I sent my picture and your name into the Atlantic City Beauty Contest. And then when we found out that you didn't want publicity, we had to think fast, so we gave you 4 children.
Only 4? Well, I'm glad you thought fast, otherwise I'd be leading a parade. Well, Irma Peterson, this is the last straw. We're going right down to the Gazette, and you're going to straighten everything out, even if you have to enter that contest. Well, I showed Irma what it means to meddle in other people's business. Here we are at Atlantic City. It's strange, doesn't it? Well, I'll tell you something stranger. Irma is Miss Greater New York. The Gazette would retract the item about my 4 children only on condition that Irma go through with the contest. There she is, in all her glory, walking up and down the reviewing stand. She's wearing a bathing suit, I think. And Al is in his glory. So far, he's collected 6 Kewpie dolls and 9 boxes of saltwater taffy by putting a brick under his hat and asking the man to guess his weight. But now a fantastic thing has happened. Irma was acclaimed the winner. She was given a large silver loving cup, and there she stands on the boardwalk at Atlantic City making her thank you speech.
Thank you. Again, I say thank you. Did I say thank you?
You did.
Thank you. My friends, as you know, beauty is not inherited. It's something you get from your mother and father. But I'm so happy because in voting me Miss Greater New York, I want to tell you that I will take great pride in executing my responsibility. And I want to thank you again for my execution.
Hurry up, Irma. We'll miss our train.
Okay. Oh, Al, honey, will you carry my trophy?
Certainly, chicken.
Gee, what happened? You're limping.
Unfortunate accident. Dropped my hat on my foot.
And so, as we left beautiful Atlantic City, we waved goodbye. And even the waves wouldn't wave back. When we got home, there was a knock on the door, and in came Richard. Oh, Richard, gee, it's wonderful seeing you.
Now, about Atlantic City.
I know, Richard, I know. We had to go through with it. It was the only way to make your family understand everything about me, and now they know that I'm innocent.
Oh, of course they do. In fact, Father saw Irma's picture in the paper.
Oh, no. More trouble?
You said it. Father wants to meet Irma.
Well, now that Irma has won a cup and has become a celebrity, there's no living with her. She really has delusions of grandeur. Because that night, as I was trying to get the Atlantic City sand out of my hair, Irma said,
Jane, I'm going to enter another beauty contest, but it's important that this one must be a little one.
Why?
Well, now that I've won this cup, I'd like to win a saucer to go with it.
Well, with a cup and saucer, quite a dish is my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Remember, next week, instead of dialing your telephone to listen to your best friend, dial your radio to this same Columbia station, same time, to listen to
My Friend Irma,
starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane, with John Brown as Al and Leif Erikson as Richard. Professor Kropotkin was played by Hans Conried. Music was by the Sportsman Quartet. Maury Webster speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
I'd rather have a Raleigh.
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 Because Raleighs are right. Right for taste and right for throat. From Hollywood, the Raleigh Cigarette Program, starring Red Skelton with David Forrester and his orchestra, our singing star, Anita Ellis, Gigi Pearson, Verna Felton, Pat McGee, and our guest, Wonderful Smith, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette Program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, hello, Red. What do you know?
I don't know nothing. What do you know?
I don't know nothing.
Well, what do you know? Nothing like good material. I wish we had some. So all my jokes are new tonight, all new jokes.
Really, all new jokes, Red?
Yeah, tonight the corn is green. Say, what's new this week, Rod?
Well, they hit the moon.
They what?
They hit the moon.
Must have been a woman driver. Hey, I don't know much about the moon. Tell me, does the moon rotate around the sun?
Yes, Red, all planets revolve around the sun.
Boy, Los Angeles really takes a detour, don't it, huh? It's interesting, though. I wonder what the moon really is.
Well, I've heard several definitions, but I think it's a cold, clammy, lifeless body that glares down at us.
Oh, sort of like an income tax collector, huh?
Well, not to change the subject, Red.
I wish you would, really.
But I'd like to say your trip to Las Vegas last week did you good. You look fresh as a flower. A potted one.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. He said to me, let's put that joke in for a laugh. Where is it, Doc? I'll never take another trip across that desert, though. It took me 5 days. 5 days? Why, it's only 200 miles. Yeah, I can only travel at night, though. My thumb's sunburned so easily.
Well, did you see Boulder Dam?
Yes, I took my father to get his mind off of drinking, you know.
Really? And it helped?
No, he took one look at Boulder Dam and he says, look, no wonder you can't get a chaser. They're holding it back. I saw a Papa Beaver talking to about 20 little baby beavers. He got them all together and he says, look, kids, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Well, it's pretty crowded in Las Vegas. Tell me, Red, what did you do about finding a place to stay?
Well, I finally told the mayor that I was tired of sleeping in the park.
Yeah, what did he say?
Nothing. He just laughed and lay back down on the bench and went to sleep again.
But where did you stay, Red?
At the Last Frontier Hotel. That's really a nice place. They have gambling there, you know.
Really?
Yes. In case you ever go there, notice that white flag over the hotel. That's my shirt.
Well, say, I noticed a beautiful hat box in your dressing room. Something good inside?
Yes, it's a present for Anita Ellis.
Oh, a present for me, Red?
Yes, Anita, but I'm a little nervous about giving it to you.
Oh, why, Red?
Well, you know how women are. You give them something and then they get all mushy and want to kiss you, you know.
Oh, Red, I don't think I'm like that.
You not? You mean I carry that thing all the way up here for nothing? Well, now here is Raleigh's Rod O'Connor, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Yes, Raleighs are right. Right for taste. Right for throat. For medical science now offers you proof positive. No other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars, so no other is safer to smoke. Next time, ask for Raleigh's.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now lovely Anita Ellis sings Some Sunday Morning.
Some Sunday morning is going to be some Sunday morning for someone and me. Bells will be chiming an old melody, especially for someone and me. There'll be an organ playing, friends and relations will stare. Can't you hear them saying, gee, what a peach of a pair. Some Sunday morning we'll walk down the aisle. He'll be so nervous and I'll try to smile. Things sure look rosy for someone and me. Some Sunday morning you'll see. There'll be an organ playing, friends and relations will stare. Gee, can't you hear them saying, oh, what a peach of a pear. Some Sunday morning we'll walk down the aisle. He'll be so nervous and I'll try to smile. Things sure look rosy for someone and me. Some beautiful Sunday morning you
Thank you very much. Tonight we open the Skelton Scrapbook of Satire to a story entitled Looking for Trouble. Our characters are fictional. If there's any similarity to persons living, they should go down to the morgue and give themselves up. Chapter 81 of Looking for Trouble is entitled The Man Who Stole My Gal. This is the story of Deadeye and his long search for Gentleman Jim Harkins, the man who ran away with his girl, Margie the Clipper. It's midwinter in Montana. The blizzard is raging. Boy, it's a beaut. Montana, that is. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, come on, horse boy! There. You okay, wonderful?
Yeah, but Deadeye, why go to all this trouble to get even with some critter who stole your gal?
Why? Didn't you ever fall in love?
No, but I fell in a river once. That's the same thing. You get soaked either way. Well, Deadeye, I'm turning back.
Turning back? Is that all our friendship means?
No, Mr. Deadeye. You know I'd face death for you.
Oh, yeah? Then how come you ran when that grizzly bear challenged it?
He wasn't dead, was he?
Well, I gotta find Gentleman Jim Harkins, the guy that stole my gal.
Well, let's look in California.
California? What's that?
That's a place where you get hit by a woman driver and you take a sun bath while waiting for an ambulance.
Oh. There's an ambulance. There's people up in these mountains. I can hear them. Look, there's a cabin just ahead of it. Let's inquire in there, and if they ain't seen my gal and Gentleman Jim, then we'll head for California.
Okay.
Come on, let's race for the cabin. Ooh, it was a tie.
Yeah, but I would have won if I'd have hit a horse.
Yeah. I'll go up and knock on the door here.
Deadeye.
Howdy, pal.
Hey, what did you follow me up here for, Deadeye?
Stop playing the piano with you, gal. Talk to me.
I said, what did you follow me up here for?
Because I can't live without you, gal.
Well, why can't you live without me?
Because you got all my money, gal. It's good to see you again, gal. Come on and sit on my lap. Here, pull up a knee and sit down.
Okay. Still bow-legged as ever, ain't you?
Yeah, I've been that way ever since I swallowed that chicken wishbone. I'm proud of that. Why don't you come back to the Flathead County with me, gal?
It's no use, Deadeye. Gentleman Jim Harkins, he's promised me a love nest.
Well, you go with me, I'll give you some Snickers. After all, why should the girl in the balcony have all of them, you know? How about kissing me, gal?
No, Deadeye, I don't want a kiss.
Why not?
I'd rather have a Raleigh.
Yeah. Who's that?
Uh-oh. Deadeye. Jim Harkins just rode up.
Uh-oh.
I thought I recognized your horse, Deadeye. Stand back, gal.
Here's a cowboy that's seen too many of them Errol Flynn pictures.
Deadeye, why don't you let us be? Maggie the Clipper and I are as happy as two bugs in a rug.
Well, you better pull in your ears, because my gun's is loaded with DDT.
Don't shoot me, Deadeye. You can have your gal.
Gentleman Jim, you ain't no gentleman. You're so yellow you could give transfusions to bananas.
Yeah. Well, that skins me. I'm proud of that. Why don't we be fair and square about this, huh? We'll fight a duel for her hand.
Very well. Count three and we'll both draw.
Now, he ought to know better than that. Okay, come outside.
Very well, Deadeye. There, take that.
Why, you didn't even give Deadeye a chance.
Yeah, I'm done for, gal. I'm on my way to that cabin in the sky.
Oh, Deadeye. Deadeye, you can't go to that cabin in the sky yet, because I love you.
Oh, goodbye, gal. Roll me over on my face. I don't want to see where I'm really going. You better go in. I'm proud of that. You better go inside out of the cold, gal.
Gentleman Jim, we're through.
Well, I didn't know you loved him so much.
Come in.
Howdy, folks.
Deadeye, I thought you were going to that cabin in the sky.
They wouldn't let me in.
Why?
No vacancies up there either. Chapter 82. Thank you. Chapter 82 is entitled, I've Been Insulted. When a girl has been insulted, she usually looks for her man to fight to protect her honor. If she can find him, it's usually Clem Cadiddlehopper.
Well, here I am. Sunday morning.
I wonder if Sarah Dew's all alone. I'll just sneak up to the door and listen for a minute. No, I'd better stop that listening. I'm beginning to hear things. She's home.
Well, howdy, Clem.
Well, Sarah Dew, howdy doody to you, too. Sure is a nice day today, ain't it? The sun got back from Florida early this year, didn't it? Say, what did you want to see me about?
Well, Clem, people are talking.
Well, of course they're talking. What do you expect them to do, Bart? That's too fast for her. She didn't get it.
Well, what's this I hear about you and the Widow Brown?
It's a lie. I don't even know the woman. And that's a lie, too.
Oh, Clem, you're a moron.
Yes, and medical science can give you proof positive. I'm proud of that.
Well, you took that widow to the movies the other night, didn't you?
I did not. She took me.
Well, did you hold her hand?
I sure did.
Why?
She was snitching my popcorn.
Well, tell me truly, Clem, have you ever kissed her?
Only on the cheek.
Well, you sure it wasn't her lips?
Well, she was grinning a little at the time. Hey, wait a minute. Who told you I took her to the movies?
Well, I heard it at the drugstore. A feller said, there goes that Sarah Dew, and she plays second fiddle for Clem Cadiddlehopper.
I didn't even know you had a union card.
Look, Clem, either you make that blabbermouth apologize or we are through.
Really? Well, then come on. I'll go down and make him take it back. I won't stand for that atoll. Atoll, I won't stand for that.
You're going the wrong way.
Sometimes my feet's a lot smarter than I am. Now, come on, let's go. Now, let's go.
Well, here's the drugstore. Oh, and there is the fella who insulted me.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll take care of him right now. Come here, you.
Hey, put me down.
Yeah, I'll put you down. What's this talk you started about me?
Well,
I'm going to beat you to a pulp. You're the type of a guy I can handle.
You put me down.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say it.
He didn't?
No. I'll put that midget down.
Well, if he didn't say it, who said it?
That big fella, he's the one. Go on, Clem, make him take it back.
Him?
Huh?
Oh, surely he didn't say it.
Well, yes, he did. Yes, he did, didn't you? Didn't you say Clem was a two-timer?
Yes, I did, and don't start anything or I'll knock you conscious. Come on, put up your mitts.
Now, look, I'll give you one last chance to apologize.
I apologize to you, you lily-livered, chicken-hearted nincompoop.
Well, that's mighty decent of you.
If you don't hit him, I'm just through with you.
You heard her.
Now, look, dog meat, go home and play with your toys or I'll slap your face.
You slap my face and I'll bite your fingers off. I'll bite your fingers off, you slap me.
Oh, you will!
Yes, sir, I'll gum them off, I will.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Rawley.
Byron Nelson, America's #1 golfer, says, quote,
It's true. I've seen the certified test with my own eyes.
Medical science has proved no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. Thus is actually safer to smoke. Raleigh's must be right. Right for taste, right for throat.
You're right, Byron Nelson. Raleigh's are right. Exhaustive scientific tests of America's 6 biggest-selling brands, certified by 14 distinguished doctors, including eminent throat specialists, have proved conclusively no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. So no other is safer to smoke. See if you don't agree, Raleigh's are right. Right for taste, right for throat. Try Raleigh's. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobacco. That milder, smoother, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof, positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
And now David Forrester and his orchestra plays Tumbling Weeds. Chapter 83 of Looking for Trouble is entitled, Time to Go to Bed, Kiddies. When a child is reminded that it's bedtime, there's usually a little trouble. But with the little child psychology, it can be handled pretty nicely. With everyone except the mean little kid.
Junior, you'd better come in now. It's time all good little boys were in bed.
Well, that's what they get for being good, you know. I will come in. Wait till I get me wagon here.
Oh, wait a minute, Junior. You can't bring that wagon in the house.
Why not?
It isn't yours.
That's yours. I got it from the widow kid next door. You know, widow deal I cook up at my wagon.
What did you give him for it?
He was happy with the whole deal, you know.
What did you give him for it?
A black eye.
Come, hurry upstairs and take your bath and get ready for bed.
Okay. I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna take a bath.
Now what happened? happened?
The door was ajar, now me poor little nose is a jam. Hey, Grandma, how long will it be before I'm old enough I don't have to take baths no more?
Never.
Kind of a dull outlook, ain't it, huh?
The bath is ready. Stop wasting time or the water in the tub will get cold.
Okay, I will play Johnny Weissmuller. I will run and dive into the water. Here I go. Who pulled that stopper out? I better fill the tub up again. I better fill the tub full of water. Oh, we don't take no hot water.
Are you taking a bath?
Yes, don't come in. I got nothing on. Don't come in.
Well, put your pajamas on and get out of there.
Okay. Goodness, everywhere you go these days, peeping Toms, you know. And I did want to lay in the bubble bath and sort of soak a widow, too, you know. Now, I'll get my pajamas on. Now I will get out of here.
Look at you. You're soaking wet.
Well, you said put on my widow pajamas and get out of there.
Junior, you don't put your pajamas on in the tub.
Now she told me.
My goodness, you're still dirty.
Huh?
Didn't you use any soap?
Yes, I did, but the way I use it lasts longer. I leave the wrappers on.
Here, get into these dry pajamas and get into bed.
Okay, I am sleepy, but I will try. Just for you, I will try.
Meow, meow, meow. Now what are you doing?
I'm taking a cat nap.
Junior.
Grandma.
Are you going to lie down or do I have to tie the rope?
No, I think the change will hold me okay. Well, good night. Grandma.
No, you can't have a drink of water.
Well, what is this? Information, please? Wait for the question.
Well, what do you want?
I'm thirsty.
You're just stalling, Junior. Either you're going to sleep or you aren't going to get any of that pie I make for tomorrow.
Banana pie?
Yes.
With whipped cream?
Yes.
Nice, fresh bananas?
Yes.
Never touch it. Gotta watch me weight, you know.
Junior, be quiet.
What?
Did you hear that noise?
No. You think they heard us? Now, don't you scare me. Now, I ain't scared.
Now, nothing will get you.
Yes, it will.
They wouldn't kiss you when they saw who they had.
Yes. You sure does love me, and it might be a stranger. They won't keep me, too.
Granny wouldn't let anything get
Yes, it would. You scared me.
Don't be frightened. There.
There, I'm fine.
Bless his little heart.
Yeah, bless his little heart.
It's all right. It's only the man next door.
Now, that's what I figured, but don't you think I handle this dramatic stuff pretty well?
Oh, go to sleep.
Okay. Hey, Grandma, why does that man next door come out every night and look up in the sky for, huh?
He's a student of astronomy. He's studying the stars.
Oh, I want to see stars.
You see plenty if you don't go to sleep.
Well, can I have the glass of water first?
Oh, get it yourself. Do anything you like. Grow up to be an idiot. And stay away from that pie.
Okay. Trusting old soul, ain't she? Oh, boy, I'm off to the kitchen. Now, I wonder where that pie could be. I wonder if it's just up here on this shelf here. I will take a little...
Junior, what happened?
What?
What happened?
I broke the crystal in me Mickey Mouse watch. Let's see what's up on this next shelf here. A mousetrap! Whew, boy, that cheese. Boy, that sure is strong, ain't it? Whew, boy, I bet them old mice have to back up to that stuff. Oh, there's the pie. Oh, there. I wonder if I could take a nice big hunk. Grandma might get mad, you know. And then again, she might say that little kid was hungry and it's okay. And then again, I don't know why I was wasting my time thinking about it. I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, boy. Boy, that sure is good. My eyes is bigger than my tummy, though. I can't put this back because Grandma would smell a two-legged rat named Junior. So I just throw it out the window. Oh, that man standing there. Sounds like a bullseye, doesn't it? Oh, dear, he shouldn't have been standing there. I think he saw me. I better get sleepy and get to bed real quick. Well, good night, Grandma. Good night.
Aren't you going to say your prayers?
I said them on the way upstairs.
You think they'll be answered?
Not now, no.
Junior, now see if you can go to sleep.
If that's for me, I'm going to be born next week, tell him.
Probably someone got pie-eyed and has the wrong house.
If he's pie-eyed, he got the right house.
Yes?
Where is that little grandson of yours?
He's in bed.
With indigestion, no doubt. Look at my suit.
I wouldn't be seen in it. Why don't you have it cleaned?
I'm going to, and you're going to get the bill.
Hey, what's all the noise about? Kind of widow fellow get some sleep around here?
Do you mind telling me what this is all about?
I was standing under your window looking up at the stars. Suddenly I turned to look at the Big Dipper, but it wasn't the Dipper. It was that kid's hand with a big hunk of pie in it.
Do tell.
Why did you hit me with that pie?
Oh, you wanted to think of water, eh? Junior, come here.
No, I don't want to. Don't whip me. I will be good.
Now, get to bed.
I don't know what it is with me. I don't have a care or a worry in the world. But every night I cry myself to sleep.
And remember, we'll all be with you on every Tuesday night at this same time. Red Skelton, David Forrester and his orchestra, Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, Gigi Pearson, Pat McGee, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. Until next Tuesday, then.
This is Red Skelton saying goodbye now, and thanks for listening. And listen to Bob Hope next week when he presents the Look Magazine Award. And remember, the March of Dimes. Goodbye now.
Remember, listen to Hildegard tomorrow night, and The People Are Funny without Linkletter Friday night over most of these stations. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro Golden Air. Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the tobacco that leaves your pipe as clean as a whistle. It's carefully blended from rich, ripe burleys and mellowed with just a touch of rum to enhance the natural, full-bodied flavor. And Sir Walter Raleigh burns cool and even, right down to the bottom of the bowl. Leaves a clean, dry ash in your pipe. Get Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America. Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Corporation. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Oh, it's the life of Riley when it's Pabst Blue Ribbon you drink. The finest beer served anywhere, so let the glasses clink. Oh, east or west or north or south, there's nothing like it at all. Yes, you're living the life of Riley when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. When for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, finest beer served anywhere, proudly presents The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. Human beings are improvident creatures, heedless of the future. And thus, banks in this country have had to devise painless inducements for thrift. One of these is the Christmas Club, whereby you deposit a small sum every week for 52 weeks, and then just before Christmas you go to the teller's window, present your Christmas Club book, and withdraw your savings in a lump sum, which enables you to buy Christmas presents for your friends, who, on receiving them, will exclaim, what a cheapskate. Standing in line now at the teller's window is Chester A. Riley, who joined the Christmas Club 52 weeks ago.
Mrs. Medbury?
Yes, that's right.
Here you are, $104.
I'll take it in 20.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Mr. Roberts?
J.J. Roberts.
$150, right?
Right. I'll take it in 20s.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, and 10 is 50. Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Same to you.
Who's next?
Me. Riley's the name.
May I see your passbook?
Passbook? I think I got it. Oh, yeah, here.
You get $2.
I'll take it in 20s.
$2? You only made one deposit all year.
Is that all? Well, I thought I made... I guess it slipped my mind. Only $2, huh?
I'm afraid that's all.
So what about interest?
That's
what I thought. Well, I'll take the $2.
Just a minute. There's a 75-cent charge for the passbook.
Oh. Well, okay, I'll just...
75-cent penalty for failure to make a minimum of 10 weekly payments.
Oh.
Well, okay. And a 75-cent service charge for mailing notices.
Okay. Just give me...
You owe us 25 cents.
I owe you... No wonder on the window it says $10 billion reserved. Now I know where you get it from.
Mr. Riley, you...
All right. Here's your quarter.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
The same to you.
Riley, now let's get this shopping list finished.
Later, Peg.
But there's only a few days left till Christmas. Oh, I hate last-minute shopping.
Yeah, everything is gone and all you can buy is junk.
Now, come on, Riley. You write the list.
Okay, but let's try not to go overboard on presents this year. I ain't a millionaire, you know.
But we got the Christmas Club money.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, thank goodness. You know, dear, that was a wonderful idea of yours.
Yeah, it was a wonderful idea.
Don't forget Babs and me chipped in every week.
And a good thing, too. It'll teach you a lesson in thrift.
Yeah, it'll teach them a lesson, all right.
How much have we got in the club?
Huh? Oh, about...
We should have $104.
Yeah, we should have. More or less.
Well, what about the interest?
Ha. Don't count on interest.
Well, did you withdraw the money from the bank?
Well, no, not yet.
Well, don't forget. Do it tomorrow. This will be the first Christmas we won't have to watch every penny.
I think I'll go for a walk.
Now, wait a minute, dear. We got to do this list.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see now. First, the Morrises. What do you think they'd like? Well, they're both crazy about tennis.
Well, how about giving them a tennis ball?
Don't be ridiculous.
The tennis ball only costs 60 cents.
Well, it ain't the gift. It's the thought behind it.
I know what to get him. Trudy's redecorating her dining room. We'll get her something for the table, maybe.
How about a nice box of toothpicks?
Oh, stop clowning.
Who's clowning? They're made of the finest lumber.
Look, Riley, we can get along without you. You go for your walk. We'll draw up this list alone.
Well, just go easy. Don't make that list too long.
What are you worrying about? The big trick is to shop wisely.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised what we can do with that Christmas Club money.
Yeah, I'll be surprised, all right. Gillis! Oh, Gillis!
Yeah, Ronnie?
Are you home?
Yeah, I'm home in here, Ronnie.
Oh, hi, Gillis. You're trimming your tree, huh?
Yeah, hand me some of them there bells there, will you?
Where? Oh, these?
Yeah, thanks. I get a big kick out of trimming a tree.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Listen, Gillis,
Nothing like Christmas, you know.
Yeah, sure. Look,
Gonna get you know what I mean? Inside of you. You feel good.
Yeah, I know. Look,
warm. You kind of have a glow inside.
Yeah. Look, I'm in a spot.
Goodwill toward man. Now, that ain't no baloney. On Christmas, I really look at people different.
Gillis, what I'm getting at...
People ain't just people anymore. They're my brothers. And I'm filled with the spirit of giving.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. You think...
I feel like stopping some bum on the street, and holding out my hand and saying, brother, take everything I got.
Gillis, can you lend me $100?
I feel like it, but I don't do it. Why encourage bums?
Well, look, Gillis, I gotta have some dough.
Get lost, will you?
You're turning me down, your best friend? You just said you'd give to a bum.
Well, with a bum, I got a 50-50 chance of getting it back. With you, I know I won't.
Well, it's only for a couple of days. I'll be getting my Christmas bonus from the boss at the plant. Come on, that's just $50, huh?
Where am I going to get that kind of a dough? 2 days before Christmas? I'm broke.
Well, I got to get hold of some dough. Peg is home now, writing out a list of stuff to buy.
Hey, didn't you? Yeah, last year you told me you joined up with a Christmas club. What happened?
Well, I didn't pay my dues, so they kicked me out of the club. Please, Gillis, just loan me $40. I'm begging you.
Look, Riley, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a grown man begging. Don't beg. Do what any other self-respecting married man would do. Hawk something of your wife's.
Wife?
Yeah, jewelry. You know, wedding ring.
Oh, how much could I get on Peg's wedding ring? It only cost $5 to start with.
Only $5?
Yeah, that's all she paid for it.
Oh, ain't she got no other jewelry?
No, she ain't got...
Hey, wait a minute. She's got an old brooch of her grandmother's.
Yeah, worth anything?
Well, it's supposed to be. It's a real antique. She never wears it. Oh, but what's the use of talking? If I pawn it, she'll find out.
She don't have to know.
You mean take it and not tell her? Why, that's stealing. No, nothing doing.
You won't be stealing. Just bury it when she ain't looking.
No, I can't do that to Peg.
It's for a few days. When you collect your bonus, you can redeem it and put it back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, just for a few days. And I'm really doing it for the sake of the family. You can't call that stealing. It's really borrowing.
Sure, it's just a loan, that's all.
Well, sure, you might say I'm just liquidating hidden assets. I'm just transferring the collateral, kind of fiscal fiduciary.
That's right.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go steal that brooch. Should be here somewhere.
You sure she ain't wearing it?
Nah, she never wears it. It's too fancy. It's somewhere in this bedroom.
Better hurry up and find it.
Yeah, Peg will be home soon.
Did you look in this here drawer here?
Well, how can I? It's locked.
Dope. That's where it must be.
Yeah? Well, you got the key.
Well, pull on it. These locks ain't strong.
Oh, this one is.
Let me try. There.
Now look what you've done. It's splintered.
You can glue it back later. Look for the brooch.
Should be in here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, it's got diamonds.
Oh, sure, this is the real thing. That's Peg.
Oh, I'm so tired I could drive. I've never seen the store so crowded.
Let's get out of here.
Not that way. She'll see us.
The window.
But the room, it's all a mess.
We'll clean it later. Get going. Come on, open the window.
I can't. It's stuck.
Let me try.
Look what you've done.
You'll fix it later.
It sounded like glass breaking.
She hate us. Out the window. Come on. Hurry, hurry.
It sounded like it came from the bedroom.
Now run for it.
Why, I could have sworn I heard... Bam! Look at this room. Looks like a cyclone went through it. Well, someone smashed that window. And this drawer's been forced. Is anything missing? Oh, well, let's see. My brooch. I kept it here. Oh, Babs, we've been robbed. It's gone. Well, that must have been the burglar we heard. Oh, why wasn't your father here? Oh, what are you going to do, Mother? I'm calling the police.
How much do you think you can lend me on it?
Well, let's see now.
It's a real antique. It belonged to my wife's grandmother.
The setting's old-fashioned.
So is my grandmother. It's worth around $1,000, huh?
Well, it's got some good stones in it.
Well, it's probably worth $1,500.
Well, not quite. I'll give you $100.
I'll take it. Peg. She's out. I better clean up the bedroom.
Oh, it's you, Riley.
Peg.
I didn't hear you come in. Riley, we were robbed.
Robbed? Well, now, don't be silly.
My brooch is gone.
Well, maybe you mislaid it.
Oh, no, it was stolen. I heard the thief.
Now, Peg, believe me, we weren't robbed.
Oh, Riley, use your eyes. Look at this room. Clothing all over the place, pulled out of the drawers.
Yeah, it's those California moths.
Riley, this is no joke. We were robbed.
Well. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the money from the Christmas club.
Oh, never mind that now. I tell you, we were robbed, and you act as if it's something that happened every day.
That's right. I should do something, and don't you worry, I will. You leave it to me, Peg.
Well, where are you going?
I'll handle this.
Who you phoning?
Hello, Gillis talking?
Hello?
Oh, it's you, Ray.
Police headquarters.
What, are you nuts?
Don't call the police.
Officer, I want to report a robbery.
Since when does a crook report his own robbery?
A brooch was stolen from Chester A. Riley, 1313 Blueview Terrace.
I already called
Peg, I can't hear a word you're saying. Wait till I'm through phoning.
But, Riley...
Now, look, Sergeant.
Riley, you gone for
You catch that crook in 24 hours. Goodbye.
Riley, why don't you listen to me? I told you that
just a minute, Peg, the door.
Good evening. I'm Sergeant Henderson, Police Headquarters.
What a department. They certainly moved fast ever since the shake-up.
Riley, I I called the police before you got here.
Oh. Mrs. Riley?
Yes.
We believe we found your brooch. Is this it?
Oh, yes. Where did you get it?
The thief pawned it only an hour ago.
Did you catch him?
Not yet.
What's that?
I said, not yet.
No, but we will. The pawnbroker gave us a very good description.
He did?
I have a hunch it might be someone in the neighborhood.
Oh, no, it couldn't be. This is a nice, respectable neighborhood.
Well, anyway, I'd like to give you his description. You may remember seeing him around. He's about 5'10".
5'10". Riley, what are you doing on your knees?
I'm looking for something.
Blue eyes.
How can you look for something with your eyes closed?
Blonde hair.
I'm looking for my hat.
It's on your head.
Thank heaven for that.
Oh, what's the matter with you?
He weighs about 170. He said his grandmother gave it to him.
Never mind. I know who it is.
You do?
Chester Riley.
Now, wait a minute, Peg. I can explain the whole thing.
I don't quite understand.
Riley.
I just borrowed it just for a few days. I needed the money. I didn't want you to find out there's no money in the Christmas club, so... Oh, no, I take that back.
What? But every week we all gave you money.
Yeah, well, I borrowed that, too.
You borrowed that, too?
Okay, Sergeant, I'll go quietly. Take me to jail.
Well, if Mrs. Riley prefers charges, Mrs. Riley?
No charges. I'll handle this in my own way.
Well, in that case, good night, ma'am.
No, Sergeant, wait.
Chester Riley, when I get through with you...
Sergeant, come back. As a taxpayer, I demand that you arrest me. I'm entitled to protection.
Pabst Blue Ribbon will bring you the second act of the life of Riley in just a moment. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Every time the clock ticks, thousands of people north, south, east, west are buying a bottle of Pabst Blue Ribbon. And that, my friend, goes on 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. No, it's not my purpose to impress you with the arithmetic of Pabst Blue Ribbon's popularity. I merely want to register this one point. All of those bottles of Pabst Blue Ribbon, every second of the day, are exactly alike. And I'm speaking about the beer, not the bottles. It's exactly alike in taste, exactly alike in flavor, exactly alike in color, exactly alike in quality. There's no great mystery about the reason. It's simply this. Pabst Blue Ribbon is very expertly brewed. Step by step, from grain to bottle, every process is guarded by Blue Ribbon men, Blue Ribbon methods, Blue Ribbon standards of control. If you haven't yet discovered Pabst Blue Ribbon, order a bottle with your lunch tomorrow, or have a case sent home. Taste it. Know why more beer drinkers bought Pabst Blue Ribbon in 1949 than ever before in Pabst's 105-year history. Taste it. Know wherever you go, you hear it called and called for as the finest beer served. Anywhere.
You hear it everywhere. Finest beer served anywhere. 33 fine brews blended into one great beer.
And now, back to The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley with Paula Winslow and John Brown.
Peg! Babs! Oh, you're eating already. I'm sorry I'm late for supper. I stopped in at that stool pigeon. I mean, pawnbroker, and redeemed the... Here's your brooch, Peg. Well, take it. Come on, Peg. I'll put it in your purse. Okay. You don't have to tear my hand off. Put it in yourself. I wasn't going to take anything. Oh, might as well sit down and eat. What's for supper, Peg? What are you eating there, Junior? Is that pot roast, Babs? You might answer me when I talk to you. Fine thing, I come into my own house and nobody says a word to me. Not even hello. I'm the head of this house and I insist that somebody say hello.
Hello?
That's better.
No, you had the wrong number.
Now, look here, Peg. I'm entitled to some respect.
Respect? You want respect after what you did?
Well, I just took the brooch.
I'm not talking about the brooch. But Babs and Junior trusted you. Every week they gave you their nickels and dimes.
We saved it out of our allowance.
Well, who gave you your allowance anyway?
Mom did.
Just wanted to make sure you knew.
We trusted you, Daddy. And you took their money and stole it.
I didn't steal it.
No? Well, what would you call it?
Embezzlement? I really meant to deposit the money. I just borrowed it. But I would have put it back, only Christmas came so sudden this year.
Some Christmas. No presents.
Yeah, we got a tree and nothing under it. What'll people think?
Well, is that all you care about? What people think?
My boss will be dropping in Christmas morning to hand me my bonus check. How will it look?
Well, whose fault is it?
That's beside the point. We got to do something.
Just don't try pawning the furniture.
Oh, I'll think of something. I ain't going to have no naked tree in my house.
Hi there, Riley.
Oh, hi, Muley.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, same to you. So long. Merry Christmas. Fine Christmas I'm having. I'd have a merrier Christmas if I was in Forest Lawn.
Would you care to bet?
Huh?
It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker.
Oh, I didn't recognize you, Digger. What are you doing dressed up as Santa Claus?
Oh, I do this every year. I solicit contributions for the UEPJYS.
UEPJYS.
The Undertakers, Embalmers, and Pallbearers Jolly Yuletide Society. Charity, you know. Our slogan is, help a body get on its feet. I stand on the corner here and I ring my little bell. Listen.
That's very jolly.
I see you've been doing a lot of shopping.
No. Oh, you mean these boxes? There's nothing in them. You got any empty boxes, Digger?
No. Every box down at my place is filled. I'm giving away a lot of gifts this year. Why do you need boxes?
Oh, it's just an idea I got. I think I have enough. Well, I'd better get on home. Merry Christmas, Digger.
The same to you and a happy new year. I wish you happiness, prosperity, and a long life. And believe me, I don't say that to everyone. Well, cheerio. I'd better be shoveling off.
I'm in the living room, Peg.
Well, what are you doing? Riley, what are those packages?
They're presents for the family.
Well, where did you get the money
Don't get excited. There's nothing in them.
But they're wrapped so beautifully.
I did it. I bought some paper and ribbon. If people drop in and see all these boxes, they'll think it's presents. They won't know it's really empty. That's using my head, huh?
And that's empty, too.
I guess it is, only it ain't wrapped as pretty.
Riley.
Oh, Mom. Hey, look at all the presents.
Oh, where'd they come from? Don't get excited, children. They're empty boxes.
But they got tags with writing on them.
That's right. I always say if you do a thing, do it right. This one here's from you, Peg, to me. It's supposed to be an electric blanket. The card says, to my darling husband, may this keep him as warm as my burning love for him.
Oh, brother.
And this one here says, to the best daddy in the world from his loving children. Cute, huh? Well, it's just an idea. This one here is for you, Junior.
Gee, that's a funny-looking package, so long and thin.
It's supposed to be a baseball bat.
Oh, I wanted a football.
I'll make it a football. And this here is for you, Peg. Both of them. I got 2 boxes for you.
It was very generous of you.
card says, to my loving wife, a Merry Christmas.
Well, Riley, what are you crying about?
That's the way I am. I get so much joy out of giving. What time is it, Peg?
11:30. You better go and eat some breakfast.
I ain't hungry. Stevenson should be here by now.
Maybe he's not coming this year.
He better come. I'm counting on that bonus. Why are you all sitting there looking at me like that? This is a fine Christmas morning. Everybody's sitting around like it's my funeral.
Hey, here comes your boss, Pop. That's his car.
Huh? Yeah, that's it. I told you he'd show up. Now smile, will you? All of you. Remember, it's Christmas. And Merry Christmas, boss.
Merry Christmas, Riley.
Come in.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Mr. Stevenson.
My, what a beautiful tree. Look at all those beautiful packages. Say, you haven't opened them yet.
Well, no. we didn't get around to it yet.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's open them.
No.
Come on, Riley. I love to open presents.
No, don't. Peg.
Yes, let's open them.
Oh.
Here, Riley, this big one's for you. This is yours, Junior. Here's yours, Babs. Well, go on, Riley. Open it.
Huh? Yeah, I guess that's better.
Well, look at that. An electric blanket.
Yeah, an electric blanket. An electric blanket? But how did... I can't understand. How could
this football?
Beautiful handbag. Oh, thanks, Riley, darling.
Yeah, but yesterday they were empty and... Holy smoke, I never believed it, but there is a Santa Claus. Well, how else did it... Oh, Peg. Peg, you went and... Oh, Dumpling, you filled... Oh, you're sweet.
Well, I've got to be running along now, folks. Goodbye.
No, wait, boss.
Yes?
Didn't you forget something?
Well, let's see. Coat, hat, gloves, cane. Oh, I've got everything.
No, wait a minute. No, I didn't mean that. I meant, well, it's Christmas. You know, Christmas.
Of course. Stupid of me. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, Mr. Stevenson.
What a cheapskate. A whole year I slaved for him, and he don't even give me a bonus. I was counting on the bonus. Not for myself. I wanted to give it all to you, Dumpling. Just goes to show you can't depend on nobody except your family. Oh, it was wonderful what you done, Peg, surprising me like this. I don't know where you got that money to buy all... Peg, you didn't... Not my bonus. You didn't take...
Mom sure put one over on you, Pop. She got the bonus from your boss yesterday.
You stole my bonus.
What?
You embezzled my bonus?
What?
You borrowed my bonus, and you're welcome to it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, dear.
In just a moment, Riley will return. There is still time for you last-minute Christmas shoppers to buy a welcome gift for the beer drinkers on your list. Tomorrow morning, pick up a couple of Pabst Blue Ribbon Handy 6 cartons. Then when somebody says, "Oh, we forgot all about a gift for Uncle George," you'll have a Christmas package already wrapped and covered with gay holiday decorations. What's inside? 6 regular-sized cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Finest beer served anywhere. Ask your dealer tomorrow for the Handy 6.
I'll tell you one thing, Peg. What happened this Christmas taught me a lesson.
I should think so.
We won't have no trouble with our Christmas fund next year. This next year, I was thinking we'll save $3 a week. Huh?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay, now let's shell out for the first deposit. Here's my $1.
Oh, here's my 50 cents.
Here's mine.
And here's my $1.
Fine. Now, first thing tomorrow, I'll go to the bank and open it. Hey, Peg, wait a minute, Peg. What are you taking that money for? I'll put it in the bank.
This time we'll keep it right here in the cream jug, where I can keep an eye on it.
Well, what's the matter with you, Peg? Don't you trust banks? Folks, this is Riley, alias William Bendix. All of us, Peg, Babs, Junior, and Digger, are happy to be with you in this warm and wonderful holiday season. You've all been good friends, all you folks everywhere. In the big cities and the little towns and the farms and the ranches all over the USA. Yes, and the boys who are all over the world tonight in uniform. We're thinking of you and hoping you'll be home soon. Our sponsors, the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon, join us in wishing you, wherever you are, a Merry Christmas. It's a real thrill to be able to send a holiday greeting to so many people all at once. So let me say again, to the friends of the Rileys and Pabst Blue Ribbon everywhere, a very Merry Christmas.
Oh, it's the life of Riley when it's Pabst Blue Ribbon you drink. The finest beer served anywhere, so let the glasses clink. Oh, east or west or north or south, there's nothing like it at all. Yes, you're living the life of Riley when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. When for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call.
Pabst Blue Ribbon invites you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. The Life of Riley is produced by Irving Brecker by arrangement with Universal International Pictures, now releasing South Sea Sinner, starring Shelley Winters and MacDonald Carey. Tonight's script is by Reuben Shipp and Alan Lipscomb. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow. Digger Odell is John Brown. Babs is Barbara Eiler. Junior is Bobby Ellis. And Mr. Stevenson is Alan Reed. Consult your local paper for the correct time of the Life of Riley show on television over NBC each week. The Life of Riley is brought to you by the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Newark, New Jersey, and Peoria, Illinois, and sent your way with the best wishes of Pabst Blue Ribbon dealers from coast to coast. Jimmy Wallington speaking.
Next, it's Jimmy Durante with Don Amici on NBC.